regen on that Doom. Got to make sure that you can get into that Midas ASAP and really start to scale. Most importantly with levels as well. They've got a lot of chase down threat.
So it's actually kind of secret that look to move the supports away. Actually, bottom lane, S4. Gonna be a little bit of danger here. If Yamich can get in front of the Doom, it might just be our first blood. Ponlo will be able to send Chrysalis back, but Yamich is still getting some good right-click damage out thanks to the Orb of Venom.
Yeah, it's never going to be easy as Yamich continuing to look for the chase. I mean, he's put a little bit of damage in onto Ponlo, but S4 himself has to be careful. He's got Ice Shards back up.
Should just be a kill. Yamich, are they going to give it to Chrysalis? You bet they are. What a great start here for Secret down bottom.
Oh, looking to try and get a return kill onto Yamich. Might be able to do so. He's got the Fairy Fire, though, to be able to play with, but seems like Yamich just wants to get that full reset. I think he bought out before he died, so yeah, stuff was already on the courier at the time, so he's feeling just fine. Got to make sure you're in position to enable these sorts of kills and the status to be able to do so. Even just gets a quick boost of speed to be able to give over the glimpse. Ponlo, is he on the mark? Nope. Oh, there we go. Oh, never mind.
Nice snowball. And actually, hang on a second. They got their level 2s. S4, oh, he can't be dying again. Boundless Strike up in 3 seconds. Chrysalis should be able to chase him down. Sidestep, is it there? It's not. This Doom's game. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
This was the big area of concern that I had. You know, you got to be, if you're going to go greed, you got to get out of the lanes in a decent spot, and this is certainly not one of them. Leaving that Monkey King until the very last pick of the draft, and, well, at the moment, Chrysalis is making it look pretty good.
Yeah, Swallow's going to have to smoke all the way out. Omlo's like, all right, I'll take the solo experience, but definitely not what you are hoping for Alliance down bottom. And meanwhile, how's the other side lane shaping up at the moment? Charlie's off to a pretty good start. Seems like Boom as well is doing fine. He's gone this Blightstone early on for the Nature's Prophet. We see Poppy as well. He's got a win list with his starting item, so just looking to try and run them down and utilize that minus armor to help in the trading.
So I'm just looking back on this bottom side of the map. We see Yamich continuing to chase down S4, just doing the job of the Monkey King and himself on his own with that Orb of Venom. With the Sentry Ward placed down by Yamich, it's not quite blocking the small camp, maybe expecting that there was something there to be able to disrupt the pull, but you'd have to say it's pretty important just to potentially keep that small camp away from the Doom as well. You know, maybe if he gets into the heal creep, or you're able to get that that Chain Lightning. It's going to be very, very nice just to be able to secure range creeps.
We're going to see our second water into the game. Looks like Ponlo was starting to move on over to try and secure. Wasn't required though, Chuen. So we're able to find. Here's an Armel as well. Armel he's having an incredible start. 24-6 compared to the 19-4 on Chuen. So that's the start you need out of the Ember Spirit.
Already starting to get a lot of consistent harass onto a Storm Spirit underneath his tower. That Blightstone certainly does do a lot to be able to correct the additional armor that you get from that. Armel, though,
that's the one
really
I meant.
Scary if he can get up onto that level 6 before Chuen does. We've seen what happens in this Spirit matchup. Even if it's a couple of seconds, what difference it makes to be able to go for those solo kills and really set up your game.
And again, we're also looking at that first power in as well. So it's going to come down to how the side lanes are set up in regards to their creep equilibrium. If the supports can leave their cores to try and help the position twos. Because really right now for Alliance, you need Chuen to have a good game. Like Doom is already S4's suffered and he's a pretty greedy hero. And also the Abaddon, he needs time as well. So it's really the Storm Spirits that's going to be making plays. You need to get as many power ins as you can.
There we go.
Another glimpse come through as Ponlo and Yamich just looking to make a bit of a man fight happen. Looks like Ponlo, never mind.
No.
Slightly off the mark there, giving him the high five. Is he going to be able to get the deny, or is he faster? He is slightly
Yamich should still get the kill. Pop the mango. Ponlo won't be able to escape from the kinetic field. This Tusk is bodying them. Yamich, the new addition, is doing so much work to start the laning phase.
Even just with how he was able to interact with that small camp, right? You can see the Harpy Scout to the south of Yamich. They made sure to take care of the Stormcrafter just so that Doom wasn't able to move over and get a solid creep. I mean, he doesn't even have a single point in the Devour as well, so his net worth is seriously going to suffer.
Okay. Looking good for Armel.
First region looks like it's going to go the way of Lions. Handskin picks that up, but we do have a wraparound Poppy.
Trent's
We'll
got
try and
ulti,
dive
though.
Chuan. Yeah, he did just find enough of experience with the melee dying under, so lucky the Storm Spirit.
Slightly off the mark with, like, he still gets the bottle refill and he hands him over a
What's up?
tango,
Nothing left
but
in life?
not completely on the same page with their cohesion. The fact that he's got a refilled bottle might give them a bit of an indication that they could make a play onto S4 here. And
Chrysalis Monkey.
wanted to make sure
Classic.
he took the bounty room first. Oh, Puppy. That's a really important item, the boots of speed for an Elder Titan to be able to go for those chase downs.
There you go, bottom lane. Beautiful. Man. Yamich. What's this guy's doing so much work with a snowball? But who cares about this broken ability in the glimpse if you got a tusk?
Yeah, the new lineup looks nice.
Like that?
All right, S4, he's used the Devour. Don't think he actually got the ability, though, from
Armel
the
in
bottom
Western
lane.
EU.
Not that it would have really
Hog.
made too much of a difference, considering it's just the small boy.
Boom off
But
lane.
He's been completely pushed out of this.
Damage
He doesn't
4.
even want to go back. So level 4,
Top lane.
7 minutes
Boom.
in.
Nice, bro.
Doom in the jungle is not really what you want to see. And this just enables Yamish to be able to make these big rotations, right? He's hunting down Chuan inside of his own jungle. Hondo as well. Be very careful with his positioning. With that Orb of Corrosion, this tower is going to start taking some serious damage even without the siege creep.
Oh, zipping. But yeah, level 6 Ember is
We've got
not
another
easy
power
caught.
coming up pretty shortly here. So the moment we've got 2v2, we do have also some other supports looking to infiltrate down from this top side. Finally, Chuan gonna be able to find that power and is a little bit cautious about jumping over towards Poppy. It might be Ponlo the one that's in trouble though. Wrath of Nature coming out, so with the extra damage, Ponlo will go down. Chuan's looking for the return kill, and he should be able to find it onto the task, but still Poppy and Armel in combination together. And, well, they're even going to bring Boom in as well for the +1. Kills back and forth.
It's actually looking really good for Alliance.
Unless Chuan can get a big kill onto the Ember Spirit, has got a little bit more mana to play with, and as a result, Chuan, he is back in this game. A triple kill out of the Storm Spirit.
Even going to get a nice little bottle refill as well from Ponlo. Downside, in the meantime, it's another solo kill for Kristas on this bottom lane. So despite that triple kill, you've still got over 1,000 net worth advantage on this Monkey King compared to any other hero.
Maar die vinden jullie allemaal niet lekker.
We're looking to get
Heel
more.
pittig.
Hoezo
All the information, they see
Oh,
S4
wow.
TP again, and it's the weak
Van mij.
one.
This is...
Die komt helemaal uit.
This is they're
want
gonna
more?
get another, man. They're gonna get another kill.
Oh, lekker.
Oh my lord, what is going on in this bottom lane?
All right, Chuan needs to put on his big boy pants because it is carry time for him. He's got the triple kill to enable himself. He's level 8. What's he got coming out to him now? Just a TP scroll, but with that Falcon Blade, you're going to want to try and pick up some of these stacks, get into that Kaya, and then really start to put your foot on the gas.
Looks like they're even gonna lose another member mid lane. And it's getting in some trouble. Ice Path only gonna delay the inevitable. Chuan is starting to move on over. They got Ponlo nearby as well, so they're gonna look for a return kill onto Yamich. Chuan's gonna be able to find it. Is he in some trouble though? He's still got some mana to use.
Rip
Looks like
Poppy.
as a result, they're going to be able to get the kill onto Poppy as well. So you just mentioned Chuan, he's got to put his big boy pants on. Meanwhile, Crystallis, it's going to be
Crystallis
another
is
solo
level
kill
9.
onto S4. You give this man his comfort, and you see what happens. 7-0. We're 10 minutes in. We are 10 minutes into the game. Oh my god.
Man's balling out of control. Ponlo is in position to see if there's any kind of vision here, but no, it's just against the Monkey King. He understands what it's like to dominate this matchup and then use it moving forward. Yeah, just staying hidden for now. I think maybe the fact that Chuan's not showing on the map is giving him a little bit of apprehension. But
I'm curious about the Abaddon
farm down on this bottom side,
safe
Monkey
lane.
King,
How
and
that's
you can
gonna
just
work
even see
out
with his
for
item,
Alliance.
despite the fact that he's dominated, could maybe look to get away with
Who's
a bit more
Alliance's
greed.
safe laner
He's
again?
just like, you know what? I want to keep the ball rolling. I want to get into the ability to fight because, again, we know what this Abaddon is capable
Oh
of.
yeah,
we know
Charlie.
what the Doom is capable of, and Abaddon's having a fine enough time on the top side.
Yep. I see Charlie's chilling at the moment. 1800 gold in the bank, so it's still going to be quite some way till he's able to find that Radiance, and the Secret putting all their attention around this mid lane. I mean, we're saying Abaddon's having a fine time, but Boom is also having a great time too. You know, he's got one component completed, almost enough gold for the second component of that scepter, and they're continuing to try and shut down S4. It will be a little bit too late with his smoke over towards the secret shop, but what's going to stop them out diving out of the tower?
A little bit of apprehension,
He's going for
I guess.
Meteor
I mean,
Hammer
well,
Doom,
there we
really?
go, they found him. They Doom
They
it.
got the Doom though. Can they bring in all the members to potentially turn this one
what a
back
stomp.
around? But the Echo Storm holds you into place, but Pomlo, that's an even better Static Storm as well. They'll get the big streak from the Monkey King, but they're not going to have the damage now to end. His resources are too low. He's hesitant to enter the fight once again. So that's going to enable Secret to be able to get the cleanup kills. Hanskin will go down, and they will be able to get the tower as well.
Yeah, S4 is getting
It's
absolutely
Chuan, though,
fucked.
got that kill, so it's the exact person that you're wanting to be able to claim that big kill streak. Gets him into the Blitz Knuckles. They were lucky enough to get a Fairy's Trinket as well, and they even get the deny on the tower. So a little bit of extra gold from them, thanks to Ponlo.
Okay.
This is exactly what they need. They got to get into that Witchblade early and be in a position to stop a lot of this early push that Secret are wanting to put
Why
on.
no
So
partner
that's
for
why they're
Southeast
playing
Asia
around this
Gas?
mid lane so
Mid lane.
much. Oh,
What do you
Oh,
mean partner
beautiful
for
balance
Southeast Asia
strike.
Gas?
Maybe the Ice Part's going to be enough to keep Chuen alive, and it looks like that'll be the case. They'll turn to deal with the supports instead.
Oh,
but Chuen, he wants to go back in.
Winter's internet
Targeting
died.
Boom for the moment, but Armel, he's still got the chains in the arsenal. Down goes the Storm Spirit. Charlie's going to look to get involved for the first time this game, but the Abaddon just runs into 4 members, and he's got no one to back him up. So Charlie goes down, and he's just given over his good start as well, just freely farming up top.
Oh,
Oh, gee.
audio. Oh, it's an
No.
audio issue. Don't worry about it. I mean, that shows the importance that they're placing on this tier 1 tower, right? Even your position 1 Abaddon, who doesn't have a component of the Radiance, shows up because they desperately want to protect this tier 1. That's the gateway, basically opening up the entire map for Secret to be able to play towards. You don't want to be able to just freely path up through the mid lane into
It was a fun series
the
though.
Ancients area. You don't
Though
want to be
I
able to
suck
invade
at
the jungle
interviews
quite
so
easily.
much,
And if
I
you
don't
do,
actually
you want
know
as
what
many
the
avenues
fuck
as
to
possible
talk
to be able
about.
to make those TP rotations to back it up. Without that tier 1, then this greedy draft doesn't work quite so well. Silver linings, S4 has been
Especially if
pushing
you have
out
a
the bottom
solo
lane
interview.
a little bit.
Becomes
The
really
way
rough.
pushed in,
for me at
sure
least.
that someone's going to look to make a rotation back so that not too many resources goes underneath the tower. But again, still is a Ponlo died as well, didn't he? Maybe not.
Oh, no, sorry, no.
Yeah, so it's still a 3 for 1, 3 for 0 rather. But you got to take every little bit that you can.
What does Chrysalis have?
However,
Echo Saber?
It does really
Okay.
feel like a game where if Storm dies another time in a row, we might be looking at an early call it quits. It's just the weight, it's all on his shoulders currently, and this is a game where you pretty much have to go beyond godlike and not have a whole lot of deaths. And
Yeah, NP just keep
which is a
TPing in
concern,
to
'cause
fight
they've
and
done a
die.
great job to keep
but
this tier
still
1 tower
keep up
alive,
the
but
net
as soon
worth.
as it
Yeah.
drops down, we're going to see Secret. Their players can just get down.
Karma
much
had,
easier. You can start to
like a
infiltrate jungles,
really bad
pushing out
time
this
with his
still look to
TPs.
catch, slowing down Charlie's Radiance. So that's a big team fight one here for Secret to open up the map now.
That is for sure. That's why they committed so many heroes to it as well. Even just looking to see if there's any stacks built up. Never mind, it's this super deep observer ward placed out by Crystallis himself, actually, that was looking to try and scout out S4, but he's just TP'd away to the other side of the map. Not wanting anything to do with this, and I mean, this is the thing. You can get away with some greed, but someone needs to open up the map, and this was the main area of concern that I had for Alliance's draft, is that, even if Chuen gets off to an amazing start, a Disruptor and a Jakiro aren't exactly the greatest heroes to be able to make those combinations happen. They deal their damage relatively slowly.
And they don't like heroes running at you as well. And that is the big issue with these two, in particular the Disruptor. You're one with this max out glimpse. It is not a toolkit to use defensively. You want to be ones getting these across the map, and with the position they're in, it's not going to be easy. A secret. Looking for another smoke. They will be aware of this though, with a cliff ward. Let's get out the invis, just disappears out of thin air.
Charlie would be a nice kill.
Still farming top. Is Charlie really strong enough for this? I mean, Alliance is starting to smoke to the Abaddon. Even Boom's going to try and TP in behind him as well. Charlie's going to be able to get rid of the chains. He's got the ultimate as well to buy some time. Meanwhile, to the right side, though, they found Armel. A lot of ultimates committed to try and shut him down. There's an even better ice path as well. Here we go, Juen looking to see the middle. He's lacking some mana at the moment, but this could be the fight that Alliance were waiting for. They're going to have some difficulties with closing the distance. They are very hesitant about...
They probably need to dip out.
They're trying to find the angle and even the glimpse as well, but a snowball in. The Yamich will still go down nonetheless, but Crystallis, and that's a huge boundless strike onto 3 of the Wukong's command as well. Hanskin will not be able to get out of range of the ring.
Great use of the Sprout as well. Not to hold anyone into place, but just to block off an escape avenue for the Wukongs. So he had to go for a really long walk around by Hanskin. He just stays inside that Wukongs and he gets bursted down. So
Boom might be in some trouble bottom lane. If he's coming to farm or looking for the kill on Chuan.
What's the TP situation like? They've got it on the Elder Titan. They've got it on the Monkey King as well if he goes in too deep.
Oh, we didn't... Wait, what?
I mean, if he dives onto NP, NP can just most of the time TP out in time. There. Because he's got lots of stats already.
No, there's another dive on CS4.
It's under a T2 tower as well. Nowhere is safe. A little bit too slow. Yamich should still die by the looks of it. A little bit of golden experience given over to Alliance. How close are we towards the Radiance? Right, Charlie's got the Sacred Relic. Still a bit away from this last component though.
A little bit away from the level 12 as well, just for the ability to team fight a little bit more, but Radiance isn't really the fighting item that you're wanting here. Sure, it's nice when they're just trying to ball up and run at you, but it's just a farming accelerant for the Abaddon at this stage. He still needs a couple of extra items to truly feel like he's going to take a significant part in this one. In Hanskin, he's been getting a lot of damage out with this dual breath as well. And his Ice Paths have been incredibly solid too, but it's just level 1 Ice Path for now. So if
Looks like MRL's doing good with Secret. Yeah,
him,
he's actually doing pretty nice.
To turn it back a little bit more in Alliance's favor, because in terms of just landing the...
I mean, Armel's always been a really good fucking player.
Hopefully he doesn't die before he gets the D-Ward.
Back in the day, Gabby also used to be a really good player.
Oh, this is a huge timing though for Secret. Just picked up the BKB on on Crystallis, and you just got the Scepter as well for Boom, so even more control, which could prove to be a bit of an issue here for Chuan, who is actually going to zip on over. They're thinking of getting Yamich, but as soon as they see Boom nearby as well, they'll consider otherwise, and Chuan actually might be in some trouble. The chain control needs to be perfect from the side of Secret.
Poppy didn't have the mana.
Slacking some of the damage as well, so Chuan will be able to zip on out.
Not even using the Echo Stomp on Puppy, feeling like they were just...
But Gabby used to be really good when he was playing for TNC.
They're a little bit quicker, maybe if he's got the...
They're setting up on the
Like, people considered him one of the best safe laners in
see all that much, though.
in Southeast Asia, and they were always saying that Gabby should go to EU.
Another death under a tier 2 tower. Pomelo doesn't find the angle for the
that's great done by Hanskin at least.
Charlie's going to TP into the ring, so he'll be forced to pop his ultimate straight away. They're still going to try and zip over the top and deal with the Monkey King, but he's just going to TP out in their face. No stuns to cancel it, so once again, a skirmish going the way of Secret.
But yeah, you know, it's the same with like a lot of players. It might just not be their patch. It's that simple.
That actually has that BKB.
For some players, it might just not be their patch. Next patch, new safe lane heroes come out. You get your Juggernauts back and your Wraith Kings the entire time, or something along those lines, and then it might change completely.
So even more damage coming through. Again, I'm sure that this was the call from Puppy to be able to begin this game, right?
And his Ice Bash. I don't think that one will ever return.
I wanted to enable a a lot of fighting. That's what the Aghanim Scepter does for the Nature's Prophet, lowering the cooldown. He's going straight into the BKB after that. No kind of Maelstrom or anything. Crystallis as
Maybe
well.
if Meepo becomes
Early
big again.
BKB after the Echo Saber, straight into the Desolator. Makes so much sense.
And they see Charlie as well. This cliff ward, they're going to scout him out, starting to venture back towards his side of the map. Alliance is starting to TP into the T2 tower, but beautiful shards blocks off any reinforcements, and for him being able to get close to them as well. Now Poppy, he's already wanting more as well. Crystallis.
Hey, we said the same thing about Dendy, but he's managed to dodge relegations twice now. Dodging relegations doesn't mean that you're doing a good job.
All right, with this 8,000 net worth lead here for Seeker, they could definitely consider about taking Roche,
Especially in NA.
Timing. You've got the tag team at level 3. Of course, the Nature's Prophet's pretty solid as well. So what do we feel like Secret maybe need to unlock that Roche pit for them?
I mean, it's just going to be a kill, right? But I think the way that Alliance
Sup,
wants to
Wasser?
counteract that is just try and split up as much as possible. Yes, someone's going to die. That's just going to happen. You're dying anyway when you're playing together. So just try and get a little bit more efficiency out of the map.
But those results in the past, it's less embarrassing slightly.
I know you're going up against a lot of physical.
True.
This is like
Bates'
the
previous rosters weren't
Warlord
great.
Zoo matchup or Visage that really feels all that effective. The one thing that Alliance do have in their favor, quite
But that
strongly, is
also
they've
just
got some
shows you
solid
Div 2
defensive wards down
Western
lane.
EU
And
versus
that's
NA
really the only
Div
one
1.
that Secret have as well. And I mean, I can't recall the last time Alliance dared to venture onto the Radiant side of the map.
Actually, no.
Crystallis with that BKB
He played
feels so
in.
comfortable
Did
to
he
do,
play
right?
Eastern
Just
Europe Div 2?
path
Or
on
did he
through
play Western
the
EU
dire jungle,
Div 2?
take that away
Can't
from them.
remember.
Yeah, it means that Abaddon's going to get a little bit more farm, but he's still a fair ways away from those next two items that are truly going to enable him in the Manta style and the Blink Dagger.
They had good talent, but shit. Yeah, they had Watson. Before, Watson is now Beast, but they found Watson.
Radiant jungle, they're saying, look, if they want to play greedy, then they got to make a choice. Either you take towers or you kill heroes that prevent us from going down this greed
And they're
route.
common.
What do you think is
Looks like they
best
wanna go
position
ladder.
for ABBA? Position
Numbers
5, I
just
think.
completed up
But
the
off
attack.
lane's
They're
also
going for
pretty
Pommel
decent.
instead.
And safe lanes
They
are
just
also
took the
pretty
route on the
nice.
right side onto Chuen, but
Really,
they're gonna
Ponlo?
get the zip away, so it looks like they'll just be able to catch up Ponlo. But the boys are still hunting though, so Charlie's gonna be pretty cautious. Chuen's got plenty of mana.
Doesn't even have the Radiant, so just in case the burn might give him away, waiting for that TP to be available and then books it to the top side of the map. So they're doing a decent job. I mean, it's just Ponlo that dies. He plays ahead of the rest of the team and, again, forces a defensive movement rather than something that's going to net Secret something.
And oh no, that cliff is warded as well, with the Wrath of Nature hitting the storm prior, so it's only got a minute left, so they're probably not going to be able to move over there.
Armel
to
next
get forward.
Lincolns.
Ah,
yeah,
position
Doom,
back into their
obviously.
top jungle.
How
It's
much do you
pretty close towards his Crimson.
emphasize players'
Very
name
close to the rest of
pronunciation
the
as a caster?
BKB as well, so they're
I try
Surely gonna find
to
the
always do
tokens.
my best in having the correct pronunciation, but honestly,
Almost level 15.
for
though,
instance,
plus 65
Michel
damage.
from South America,
Sees that.
from Thunder Awaken.
So suddenly this Abaddon feels
I think
a lot
it's
scarier.
Thunder Awaken.
You know, it's
I do
not
say
quite
Michel instead of
Abaddon
Michael,
himself with the immediate curse of
whereas
aversion,
his name is
but
Michel.
so much stronger than he was
But,
even
You know,
5 minutes
a lot of
ago.
people call him Michael because it's easier.
How that's going to impact. I really want to see him play around the
If
team
I
just a
know
little
the
bit
name, I will pronounce it as correctly as I possibly
fighting
can.
all the way from
I
the
do
BKB.
fucking sometimes make a mistake
Feels like
with,
their
for
chance to be
instance,
able to make something happen. Crimson Guard coming through too.
Yahweh.
for S4.
I used to
Gonna be
call
able
him
to
Yahweh.
potentially take
Oh,
a
now,
successful
even
first
though that's
fight,
like, I think a
progress that
They might
into
just jump S4.
god.
Pomlo's still gonna try and lay down this
But,
next storm,
yeah.
because Silas just
Ooh,
with the
Doom on
Wukong
Crystals.
being a great
Oh,
fight for
that's a
Secret
nice
underneath
ulti.
the T2 tower.
Stomp.
There's not much that Alliance can do to fight inside the ring. As they'll turn their attention over
So
to
like
Wukong.
ABBA 3, you can still do the Manify thing, but Photic Shield is way more scary if you can throw it on like a carry MK3. Yeah, I kind of like off lane Abaddon a lot.
And he's not
Because he
getting
can still
greedy
go for
either.
like
You know,
Echo
he's not
Saber
saying,
Radiance
I'm gonna
possibly,
use the BKB as a response to something. When he
but
goes,
still
he
be
goes
like
forward. He's
super
basically saying,
annoying
you know
with,
what, I'm
as you
gonna pop
mentioned, the
this BKB
Photic
because
Shields,
I know you're good
heals.
at that
Aghanim
thing.
Scepters could be built up on him.
Wasn't
You know how
necessarily so
freaking good
proactive,
Aghanim
maybe
Scepter
would've been
is
able to
on
keep
a
his place,
Abaddon?
wouldn't have done quite so much damage.
It is actually
Taken the
insane
damage
how
back
much
the
healing
other
that
way,
does to your
able
team.
to get just his second death rate.
Crystallis. Maybe in some trouble here. Chuen with that ward. Scouts him out. Boom starting to TP in. Is it going to be enough to keep the Monkey King alive? Finds the Jingu stacks, but he still goes down. Another streak.
Only all those casters can pronounce Shan Yu.
Still 8-1 and 3.
I have no
despite
idea
the
how to fucking
state
pronounce
his
that
game is in
name.
right now. He's having a real solid one. Yeah, Alliance, to their credit, they've realized the state that the game is in. They're just basically saying, look, we're not really losing that much on the map. We might lose S4 a couple of times, but at least he's got the Devour to be able to catch himself up. He's now going full
Ooh, DD top.
self-preservation mode as opposed to greed, going into the BKB next just to be able to avoid a little bit of that damage, although Secret's draft is quite physical based, so it's more just about being able to get out of the things like the Wukong's command.
And for S4 inside the middle of these fights, who do we feel is that primary target that is hoping to drop the Doom one? If you, in the best case scenario, you can use it on anyone, who do we feel like it needs to be?
Oh, of course it's Armel. You know, that's going to just prevent so much harass coming through from the back lines. But it's really going to be any target that doesn't have the BKB popped. That's going to be an ideal one for him to be able to take out. And Secret, they're done playing games. They want to be able to take this Roshan and put this one into an extra gear moving forward. Still no Desolator picked up by Crystallis, and he's, what, 500 gold away? So pretty close.
Uh-oh.
Looking to go hunting, though.
The boys are smoked, but can they get there fast enough? They're going to be forced to try and TP.
Charlie's here. He's got Manta now after his Radiance.
Some respect.
I like the Blink Dagger shenanigans with Abaddon.
Good ward up on the
That
cliff.
because you technically don't
Cautious.
take damage when you pop your ulti, you can always blink.
It's such an issue. Crystallis couldn't be anywhere. Again, and it's another downable boundless strike. They've got the Ursa as well to lay it. He's going to be killed off.
Is it me or does he beep boop?
Charlie, he's stuck the Wukongs. To be able to get the control for this.
Okay, he also beep boops.
What was really bad start to the fight. Alliance 2.
Damage is being so solid though, right? Finding all of these initiations, enabling his cores to be able to jump in to follow up. And just the vision that he provides as well just means that Wrath of Nature is hitting absolutely everyone, forcing earlier BKBs than they might like. They're nowhere close to picking up anything like Lotus Orb or anything like that. I mean, what is their next chance to be able to take a fight that really goes in their favor? They've got the Manta style now on Charlie, so him getting that plus Blink Dagger, I guess, and it's almost getting to the state where Ponlo needs to have that Aghanim Scepter for them to have a chance. And
You need a pro team that names their entire roster
assist with that at least, and 2 components in, so
homophones with the same word? What?
him a little bit more farm.
What the fuck is a homophone?
And that could be that potential late game X factor.
Homo
'Cause the
means
Doom currently,
same,
compare him
I think.
towards his counterpart. I mean, Boom's going to scale. We already see Silver's Edge queued up for him, and
Great against the
S4
Abaddon.
is not going to get. Yes, great against the Abaddon. So
Oh,
S4's
so
not gonna
like,
have this late game presence that we see so often out of the Doom with the rough game. That
yeah,
it's
no,
in,
I
so
can't think of a
maybe
word.
That's where Ponlo
Like
can
bait and
fill
bait.
the
Oh,
slack a little bit, but still, it does need some gold.
I
towards
thought you
it,
meant
so
like
it's
different
decided.
words that.
I think if Alliance...
Yeah, I
sorry,
know
if Secret just
somewhere. I
continue to
can't
play
think
the
of
same
anything
sort of
right
game
now.
they
I'm
have
pretty
thus
tired.
far, just again play proactively. Assume that the Doom or the Ag Static Storm is coming. Just pop your stuff early. Get inside, have that spell immunity, and then you'll be in a good spot to be able to actually, win the team fight, ball over them, take objectives.
I like
close
the
out
change
map,
to
take
the
second
ice
rotation.
bath though. I think it's a little bit too strong.
Uh-oh. Poppy again. He got both of them. So S4, he's in some trouble. Boom's even gonna pop a BKB just in case maybe Chuen's considering about zipping in.
The real question for me comes with, and this is one of the downsides of having this disruptor Jakiro support duo. No one really wants to go out on the map first, and if you do, you're just so easy to be able to take out. And I feel like if it does get to that point, Chuen, he's going the Scythe of Ice, so he clearly wants to be able to find someone to zip in, get the Hex off before they're able to pop that BKB. But how's he supposed to get the vision is my main question.
And well, it's Secret that have a great ward.
No
to play with
Lincoln's
inside the
on
base, so
Armel.
they were maybe going to consider about catching one of the supports off
So
guard. but
Doom's a lot weaker.
Alliance are about to have their full 5 men back alive, so Secret, they'll buy them some respect.
Do you have the Lincolns finished up? Is that on Armel?
Why did Shad leave D2 Hustlers? He got kicked.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
Armel was, yeah, he was.
now you're not really quite as concerned.
That's why
with
his
him
new
anymore
team
either.
is called Betrayed,
Not
because him
clear
and
this is
their
MVP
mid laner both
wants
got
to
kicked.
fight, and this is the type of secret that I love to play. I mean, I was
Mirage,
apprehensive.
that
I
was the
thought
mid laner.
maybe they aren't going to have that understanding of exactly how each other plays, but we haven't been seeing it.
Hanskin. Oh no no no.
He's close to Axe though.
Static Storm, you're not really worried anymore. It takes away that element of surprise, even though he's only just the one component away from the Aghanims. They're doing a decent job of keeping the lane shoved away, but again, without that Static Storm threat, I feel like you're feeling very confident to move forward with the 40 seconds left on this Aegis and potentially have Crystallis go up onto the high ground even.
Now, Charlie, I have to give props, even though this has been a really rough game here for Alliance overall. Actually, S4, in front of a T3 tower, guys, they don't give a damn. S4 has got the Crimson Guard activated, but they just tear apart the absorption. Another easy kill, and now
Rip
they're concerned
S4.
about trying to take down some of the objectives as well, and what can really stop them?
There would need to be a buyback into that ulti from Disruptor. But by the time he's got
Jesus,
the
that
ulti,
scared the
it's
crap
full of
out of me. I was
responses, so
semi
using that
dreaming.
and harming your net worth even
Luna
further,
B,
holding on to a
thank you
lot
very
of
much for the
responses,
raid.
so each time he dies,
Hi,
it's a huge amount of
I'm just
unreliable
watching a
gold
Dota match
losing.
right now.
Really wouldn't hate to see him just
My name is
fly up
DK
that
Truman,
Rax, maybe
or
complete
Tim
those boots of
for
speed
short.
to Tranquils just if he needs
Just
that.
watching, relaxing
Need
some
hold on to Quelling Blade still.
Dota match between Team Secret and
Well, the
Alliance.
Abaddon do we feel like this is a carry that needs to be playing from ahead in regards to your net worth, or is he going to be able to hit
yeah,
a
I'm a
short
Dota 2
time
caster,
shortly where, you know, maybe this is
and
something that Alliance can use up their sleeve
yeah,
in the next couple of minutes, even though they are
Dota
down
2
6
CSGO
right now.
caster, that's
I mean,
pretty
the
much
thing
my
is, he's
job.
hit his strong time, it's just that no one
I
else really
love
has,
just
so
watching and
that's the real
relaxing
thing holding it back right now.
games with
He's level 18,
my
so
chat.
he's got that extra damage coming
I
through
play
from the
Dota a
lane.
lot,
They really
play
want
other
to just
games
get
as
back
well,
onto the
but
lane. They're even
most of the
feeding
time I'm
Taro
way
over
too
to
busy with
Charlie as
work.
well, just to try and get him to as high level as he can.
But if you ever watch Dota 2, you might see my name
Alliance
pop up
have just on the hill,
once in a while.
Radiant's tier 1.
I'm a little bit tired at the moment because I did just do a solo cast for the Southeast Asian region this morning,
Alliance, they'll back on out. It's going to be
and
I
I put in a lot of effort, so it was severely draining.
again, Hanskin.
So now I'm just watching
Back up the tally.
the match.
Looking like number 12. Crystallis got the stun.
I'm a big fan of Team Secret.
Charlie will have some time to shove out bottom. Chuen's going to have some time as well, working in on his own sector. So the potential, what's going on?
I
What am
feel so
missing?
bad for Ponlo, right? All the while that was happening, he was hitting the small camp that Monkey King just used the Primal Spring onto, and he's only got the 1 point in the Thunderstrike. So basically, he spent about 15 seconds hitting it in Thunderstrike, and it just did nothing with that Philosopher's Stone that he's holding. Nothing died, not even the small creep.
Hopefully he can get the scepter with this little
Disruptor
bit of fun
Axe
top
just
bit.
adds mute, right?
Wanna
No
make sure
damage
he
increase or
can't
increase
see how
size.
far
No,
back
just
he's
adds the
going.
mute. But the mute is already really freaking good.
Hunter.
There's also a talent at level 20 for Disruptor where he increases the
I know,
range.
I know. It's just sad.
Think?
And-
Oh no,
BKB as
that's
well.
actually at level 25.
Oh.
But level 15 has Static
He's
Storm
gotta wait.
duration increase.
He's playing the waiting game right now. If they feel like they can fight right now, sell the win. They know no Roshan is up, and they know that, look, all of us are alive. Charlie, he's continuing to farm. He's level 20 as well, so extra borrowed time reduction. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, he took out the Philosopher's Stone that last hitting, and then
Yep.
Jakiro Dual Breath go on. But he's got
There we
enough
go,
gold
he's
now.
got it.
Borrowed
So,
time cooldown reduction. Okay.
there is some late game craziness potential with Chuen having Scepter suck into Static Storm and Jakiro, but we're still a little bit away from him being able to get those components as well from the Storm Spirit. And he
Perseverance,
probably needs to
Dax
be
required.
considering
That's
about buyback as
actually
well,
what
but
the shard is.
another strong timing
Will
here
cause
for Alliance,
Miscoil
even
to
though they
deal
aren't this
attack
much
damage on
slower. Let's see
impact,
what they're
increase
able to
curse
do with it.
furnace base slow.
S4, he wants
Ah,
a Blink Dagger. Ponlo wants a Blink Dagger. He's
and
actually
I'm
holding on
completely
to
wrong about that
Psychic
shard.
Headband right now. I really wouldn't
Actually, that could be
seeing him
pretty
buy
nasty though.
the Tumblr's toy, just for a little bit of information. And there we go. They instantly pinged onto Ponlo saying, this guy's got Aghanim Scepter,
Homage.
take him out.
That's an aggressive jump in. Looking to take S.
Is skipping
but a
foil
defensive
the
fusion,
common
BKB is gonna
builds?
keep the dude
Yeah, I
alive for
think
the
stats are
moment.
more important at this
And he has an
point on the
opportunity to
safe
cast
lane,
out
Abaddon.
onto Crystallis as well, so a decent fight simultaneously. There's the Static Storm ultimate
Found
onto
another.
the Ember as well. Alliance finally, they'll
They
also
found another.
get Boom. Hanskin. With the eyes part to cancel Boom's TP.
Well, that
just
was
like that.
really not good.
Alliance. What a team fight from them. The one they've been waiting for from the entirety of the game. They lose no one.
No, they didn't, and it really feels like that they had the entire vision of that fight. They had the observer ward placed out behind it all, the clever one.
Abaddon Gaming, woo!
Was there any big juicy streaks that they were able to claim? A couple of 4 times, but the big thing is they can finally get back out on the map, and more importantly, some experience.
Support
Pondo
you
was
probably,
sitting
yeah,
up,
no, support you
sitting
definitely
level
get
12 in
the
that fight. He just got 2 levels.
Miscoil build.
You get level 15 on the static storm, extra 2 seconds duration, and you really start to seal off some areas of the map to be able to fight around with that static. It's going to be 8-second duration soon.
So I'm trying to see what the hell went wrong here. I mean, they didn't commit on the kill for the Doom, so S4, first fight we've seen him get ultimates off.
They didn't commit on
They
anyone.
just-
Look at everyone's HP in
Yeah.
the top right. You know, everyone's low, but no one's actually dying. It really felt to me like, you know, Ponlo's the easy kill, right? You have vision of him. He's a disruptor, 0 defensive tools.
Yeah, there was a
but
really
all
bad
those really went for it.
engagement coming out
And
from
now,
Team Secret, and
we
that net
could
worth
be
has
in
just
a
dropped.
very awkward position here for Secret. Scepter just completed for Chuen, level 20, so he's got that extra vortex duration. S4 just completed a blink as well, and they've
Play
got a
around this
great
vision.
aggressive ward. Poppy, he's in some
double
trouble with the
boundless.
boundless strike from Crystallis, setting up for the Wukong's command as well for the Turner, the Static Storm. It's a bit awkward for them to fight inside the ring, so Charlie's going to be forced to run himself away. And it looks like Secret, that previous team fight loss, does nothing to deter them. Chuen, though, he's looking for the finishing blow, and he'll finally do it. They've got S4 as well. Doom's still on cooldown, but Charlie, he's found an opening. They'll suck him inside the snowball. Charlie, can he man fight
Poppy
this?
buys
He's gonna
back.
try and do his best, but it's just not enough for the
Charlie's
ultimate
dead.
down.
Roche
He
has
doesn't have that
respawned.
protection, and now S4, he's locked into place as well. They're just gonna toy with him.
Still hasn't
Get a
doomed.
little bit of health back thanks to Boom. He'll come back over, and then Armel as well will rejoin with the Remnant. So that previous fight loss does absolutely nothing. Secret are back in, and they stem this potential momentum that was soon to build for Alliance.
Why did I think that Armel died in
You
that
see
fight?
Doom come out there from S4. I'm not sure if he had it the whole time or not, but it was just 8 seconds left on the borrowed time, where Charlie probably would have been able to survive. Now it's going to be another Roshan that they're able to claim for themselves. Aghanim Shard going over to... I don't even know who.
I wouldn't say claim for themselves. There's a macro buyer available, and there is a storm with Ags. So it's not easy peasy lemon squeezy. Maybe a little bit once Chikiro dies.
No, not a... They have Static Storm up, surely. Are they going to consider about going for it? Not the case. Yeah, I wonder who they do give the shard to. Oh, hang on, they're not going to do some crazy stuff, are they? They got to go quick.
They do.
I think it's going to be a bit too late.
Chuen doesn't even have the item slots for it. Thinking they might be able to catch someone on the
No
retreat.
free
trying to
shard.
go for this farm up on the top
I
side.
assume Ember has his. Yeah.
Pick that movement, but they're not going to take
Dusk's
it.
not
The map is
great.
too long. They don't
NP's
have
not
any vision
great.
up
Elder
towards that,
Titans.
upper area of the map.
That one could be kind of cool, but it's
Move
also
on
not
forward.
great.
Might be able to catch out
That's if
Doom
you
here.
play Quad ET.
Alright. So they have to commit S4's ultimate as well. In fact, it's going to be Pomlo's that they're going to drop down, so... A heavy committal to get the kill, but nonetheless, that's Boom gone for 70 seconds. This might limit some of that early effectiveness out of the Ages. They're still going to be cautious about where they are positioned. They might run into Charlie. It's pretty hard to kill. Just completed the Abyssal.
Yeah, he didn't have that Vanguard in his inventory previously. It was backpacked just so that he could keep that Quelling Blade available for himself. So now, at least he's got that Vanguard passive in addition to the active from the Abyssal.
Probably that team fight that we saw occur over by Radiant's Triangle. Probably one of the...
It's
the
getting
biggest
pretty
issues was
scary
just
with
that
Abaddon
they
later in
used
the
Static
game.
Storm on the Monkey King, who
He's got
already
full
had
Abyssal
Wukongs,
now.
and you could not run in and fight in that area, so...
Estimate time for inclusion of Martin program.
If
Honestly,
you drop your ultimate
it would
inside the
not
ring,
be
you're not
surprising
going
to
be able
me
fight
if
this.
they
I mean,
would add
look at
Muerta
Crystal,
in
17,
Captain's
4,
mode
and 9.
in
This guy
3
is
weeks
inkly farmed.
before
It's
the
just
major.
impossible
It
to
would
fight
not
into
surprise
unless
me
those
in the
ultimates are laid
slightest.
down.
Have every one of his deaths been from Chuen? I kind of feel like
They
that.
add the
He feels like the
shard
only one
plus
that's
Ags at
actually
that
had the
point
capability and the damage to be able to burst him down.
on that hero, and because they're changing all the heroes in the game pretty much. Well, not all. They're changing a lot in the game. Like they're gonna add new Aghanim Scepter effects. They're gonna remove older Aghanim Scepter effects. They're gonna change.
He's going to have this Link Dagger.
I mean, they're gonna change a bunch of Ag shards, Aghanim scepters. I assume there's some heroes that are gonna get changed completely. New spells.
And now he's got the psychic headband that he can swap in.
Yeah.
Got that 15 talent for the.
The entire map's gonna look differently again.
You're kind of dreaming. You got to just get yourself a successful team fight. Extra range on the blink, extra range on the static storm cast. Feels real nice. We're gonna go for a smoke here. What's the neutral item situation like? Could still get a couple on Alliance.
The thing is, though, like, even though Secret have had the control through the entirety of this game, you've got to be really, really cautious on your positioning. One wrong fight, Alliance, if you are grouped up, they will penalize you with all the combos that they have. You have to be ever so vigilant as Charlie. Well, this is not where you're hoping the Abaddon to be. He's so far away from the base, it's going to take his team too long to be able to connect as S4. He'll get the jump, but it's a Doom onto the Tusk. So Charlie's still in some trouble. He's going to break out of the Sprout, but the boys are coming. Armel's going to pop a BKB early on. As Chuen wants to get in the middle, but the silence Chuen.
Yeah.
Cautious, so has some time to react to the magic immunity. The Storm Spirit's going to be able to get on out. It looks like everyone else too will make it. S4. No, they'll catch him out. Wasn't wanting to run back inside the base. And
Static Storm missed.
Static Storm, but no one is caught inside the range. Maybe just acting as a deterrent to keep S4 alive. And
what are a lot of spells used and nothing really connecting.
He sees an opportunity to go for Poppy, but sucked inside the snowball. Yamich will keep
Oh, that catch in the macro pyre. Oof.
into the macropire. That's the ultimate you were hoping for out of Hanskin. Crystalis, though, he doesn't have the ultimate to work with the Gladbeam.
As well.
It holds 3 into place, and Chuen, he's in some trouble. Crystalis, it was looking like a troubling scene to start the fight.
Charlie.
For the cleanup. A lot of buybacks coming out there from Alliance. They feel like they can turn this around.
Chrysalis TP out.
They need to get the catch. Crystalis, he actually cancels his TP. He wants to go back in. Slams down the staff into the result.
Charlie's got his ult available.
Is taken off the screen. And they'll escape as well off the back of that. A heavy commitment, back and forth team fights, but in the end, it's Secret that come out on top.
You see the potential though, right, Chuen, with that triple vortex in. He's even holding on to the ceremonial robe, just wanting that little bit of extra duration of the lockdown, keep him inside the macro pyre, but
this is pretty neat.
At the end of the day, the damage comes out a little bit too slowly. This is the issue that we were both having with Alliance's draft from the beginning. You might be able to land your spells perfectly, but if the damage just isn't there, Secret are going to be able to shrug it off. That's the advantage of having this early lead. The net worth
pretty
just
hungry.
makes up for any big plays that the enemy team might be able to make.
I ate some Indonesian food yesterday.
Now this puts
that was pretty
Chuen
good.
In a very, very awkward position.
That was actually.
It looks like queued up, but
I love ordering it from the Chinese place, Chinese Indonesian place, and then they've got like a Chinese Indonesian rice table, and it's so good.
Is open for the take-in.
Good old Fuyong Hai.
That's not what you want.
And shit.
You want to try and force as many fights away on the Radiant side of the map if you can, but they're already having such a hard time leaving the base just to farm, let alone take a team fight that they've got no vision to play around. It's daytime though, so they're just making a beeline to their high ground as quickly as possible. The sound cue from Puppy, he knows they're there.
That's a very aggressive blink in. Oh, Arcane could be pretty nice. Chuen's going to be rewarded. Top lane though, that's also getting shoved in as well. So the lanes are not in the greatest position for Alliance. Eventually they will be forced to go back to base to deal with these.
They just want to get vision around this Roshan pit where it might not be super obvious, but you got to be careful not to show anyone on the map or give any indication that you've been in this region. So Ponlo not get into the sentry ward. Where
if they kill off Chuan, that could be game.
Play around the top side. They don't want to give anything away. Seems like they still know that.
Getting pretty close to those level 25 talents as well. I think really the one I'm looking at is going to be Crystalis with his extra Wukong's command ring. Again, we've seen if his ultimate's laid down, that is a no-go zone for Alliance. And now
I ordered a new tray of
with that control, so
energy.
It takes a little bit of time. Also, all the 2 other cores on Secret are very
so
close.
Let's see when it's going to be delivered.
He's almost got his. He's also just completed Octarine with the Spell Prism, so his cooldown is through the roof. And I mean, add on top of that, more than likely the Remnant Charge restore time getting reduced. He's going to be very slippery.
I'm sure they're saying, like, where the hell are these guys? You know, Lions have not revealed on the map for quite some time, and Puppy seems to have maybe sniffed them out, although the Remnant doesn't reveal them just yet. I think they were just able to avoid that, so they're just going to keep the lanes pushing in off the back of the Wrath of Nature. Of course, the Treant pushing power as well.
Okay, it will be
Question
delivered
is
tomorrow.
Secret going to be able
Nice.
to
Monkey on
cross the
tree
map
doesn't
on
spawn
Alliance?
clones, right?
You've
No,
got
Monkey when he
multiple lanes
is
pushing
shadow
towards
bladed,
Treant, goes for that
smoked,
unique
or
step
on
down
a tree
mid-lane
does
with
not
this main map, not
summon
one that you have to worry about. Bot lane can't
monkey
be ignored,
soldiers.
but they've actually forced them all the way back into the base. Some decent vision for Alliance, though, all around that Roche pit. You have to wonder if now's the time to look to buy a gem for them on Secret, just to be able to be ready to fight.
Again, this mid board by the remnants of the T1 as well could be really vital. They're trying to get over to their vision to protect it. Be cautious how long you stick around here on Seeker, and if you group up as well, because Chuen is always going to be ready.
I'm sure they're constantly looking at items as well, even just on the supports. They're saying, hey,
S4? They see Armage again. All right. No messing around. A Doom out onto the Tuss. S4's already looking for Puppy as well, with a long zip in. They're going to be able to address the Elder Titan, but they're going to be cautious about Crystallis. The ring's going to get laid.
Oh, Charlie's doing some damage.
To lock them inside, so
Wukong's on
Alliance,
cooldown.
a big victory for them, but can they get more? Trying to get the vision for the glimpse back. Boom.
dang, you already tried it. It hit onto the Lincoln, so wasn't able to land. And Chuen, he's got that level 25 Overlord attack bounds, Overload attack bounds, excuse me. And with a couple of those kills, Roche Pit's opened up, and well, your main scouter for that is going to be the
Third
Elder
Roche
Titan.
as well, so
Looks like they just
can
wanna
we
keep this
see?
lane pushed in
It's a
little bit.
Ags Roche.
Oh,
Not a rematch of the laning stage.
And even Boom's going to TP in as well. Nothing they can do. They even purge off the Crimson Guard. Chuen to the rescue. Chuen to the rescue. Static Storm. Bye-bye. Springs the trap. He doesn't even
Oh,
die.
that's
Score.
Roche.
Oh, 14 deaths overall throughout the game, but this time he's not going to make it a 15th.
He's a tanky boy. I mean, he's got that BKB, he's got the Crimson Guard, even holding onto that ninja gear for a little bit of additional movement speed. Who they got on?
The Ags on
Forced to pop the BKB.
Doom would be nice.
Hang on, S4. He could be up in a couple of seconds. He might die beforehand.
They should just take Roche. I don't know why they're trying to run away. Go Roche.
Away at tier 2. Roche is still up. Love to give this one over to Chuen if you can, just to give him that second life. Arcane Rune on the bottom side. S4 would love the Aghanim Scepter as well from the Roche pit, just so that you don't have to worry about that Lincolns anymore from Armel. Don't think they have any 4-staffs as well, actually, on Secret, so that could really be a big game changer. There's a 17k net worth lead, banging on the high ground. Alliance, they're still hanging in.
Oh wait, Ponlo's gonna get scouted out. Puppy under the cover of the Trista cloak. They didn't know he was there. Chuen's still gonna try and zip on over. S4 as well.
Roche is still not dead yet.
It does move them out of the pit.
They know.
Roche
They know
is
what's
still
going
pretty
on.
low though. Yeah, can Armel slow this down enough? The secret claws are up surely. They gotta commit
And they
on
can
Alliance.
just TP into the pit
Oh no, they're not going to.
and finish off
Too low in
Roche.
the resource department.
They were scared of Puppy. He bought back, but he didn't have a TP, so that Astral Spirit isn't actually going to be able to scout out. Poor Roshan. Just hemmed in there with the ice shots. I mean, Alliance are pretty happy with this as well, though. You get Ponlo back for this next fight once everyone joins, unless they're incredibly quick
Don't you just
to
commit?
take it. Yeah. Boom is.
S4 though, he's in.
Immediately doomed.
To the nature's path, and he's gonna jump in straight away once again. Boom's in some trouble. They'll suck him inside the snowball to buy some time. Crystallis as well in the middle of it all. He's looking for an opportunity to play around with the ultimate, but doesn't see the window for it. Regardless, it's a 1-for-1.
Needs to get the
Hold
Wukongs
this up
down.
pretty shortly as well. How do you contest it inside the ring though?
You don't.
Splitter 2 layer down. Look at all the protection from Secret. It's a no-go zone, but Chuen, they snatch the ages on Crystallis, and they get the kill into the Storm Spirit as well to die back for Chuen. But Charlie, look for the cleanup. They'll get the one, turns with the Abyssal Blade.
He's on the
onto
floor.
Ended Spirit as well. They're going to be lacking the damage, and now Puppy. Oh, that's a great Echo Storm onto 2. Charlie doesn't have the ultimate to work with. Crimson might be able to protect him for a little bit of time, but Armel, he knows no way to stop. Remnant left, right, and center. He's got another one to work.
Who's
with.
got the
Might not even
ags?
Blink on forward. The chains is down for the moment, but once it's back up, Secret, they can look to close the distance. They're going to be cautious, so 2M. His buybacks come off cooldown. Do they group up though? The Vortex onto 2, it enables them to get the kill onto the Monkey King. Now Charlie can turn as well. Alliance once.
Oh, Charlie has the
again,
Ags
back
blessing.
The buybacks from 2N time and time. The Storm Spirit is
Lul.
proving to be an issue for Secret inside
Alliance.
these team fights.
Luckily for Secret, they're holding
Gonna
on to
beat the
their
crap out of
buyback.
Secret.
They've still got it on those 2 cores. Nature's
All
Prophet.
3 buybacks were used.
Bizarre TP in by Boob, just right into the center of things when you had potential to provide vision inside of that pit. Of course, the Observer Sentry Ward combo catching him even when he went into that that Silver Edge, but doesn't seem like they're going to be able to convert this into anything. Heavy buyback expenditure from Alliance. As long as they don't do anything silly on Secret, they're still going to have a big window where they can look to close out this game. It's just about establishing vision first.
Hang on, Puppy.
Doom S4 got a free Ags.
Want to go for this? There's 2N. There is that steep. Hang on. Look at the vision for the glimpse at least. Radiant, they do have some buybacks to play with, but they're not going to use it for Puppy.
Puppy's not
That's a
one of them.
dieback for him. No way. No way. They're not going to get the first set of barracks, right?
Could happen. I really don't think they can afford to buy back on this. You might just have to give up one lane. I mean, how good of a game has Chuan been playing?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you call for it, man. You said that Chuan, the weight on the world on his shoulder, and he is performing, but he needs to continue, and there's a lot of pressure on him. This buyback looming. The potential for him to be down for quite some time is a big concern. He has really been that X factor so far for Alliance. One death and could spell disaster for their own base.
About an Ag seems real good. It is real good.
Just holding on to the
It's more of a
as well
supportive Ags,
on
but
the
it
Storm
also
Spirit.
makes sense
Their
considering
production
you
is
have
kinda nice. You know, you constantly want to give
3
us
seconds
that
longer
content.
ulti
Of course,
going
it's got
on,
the,
which
the
is actually really fucking good.
Taking a little bit too long to try and get rid of the ward, and as a result, Boom and Yarmich in combination together are going to be able to bring him down, but Ponlo is
But the
waiting
AoE
in
Doom
this.
Ags is also pretty neat.
Won't see a window though to try and jump out and use that static storm.
And the Doom also applies break now, so
Hold on.
Sorry, go. Yeah. What up,
Did
what up,
they,
what up?
what did they take from that Roshan with Chuen's jump? I think he
So-
might have got the Aghanim's blessing and given it to S4.
he has.
Oh, he did, yeah. I saw Charlie pick it up, but I didn't know if he ate it. But yeah, they gave it to S4. Okay.
And then that's pretty big with Doom applying break as well. So you get on top of Crystallis before he's able to get the Jingu
Wow.
mastery proc, and then he can't actually man fight you quite as easily. Again, they're lacking 4-staffs right now on Team Secret. All they've really got is that Boots of Bearing to provide that little bit of extra movement speed.
Now Lincoln Sphere is actually a lot weaker because AoE Electric
It's
Vortex,
still a
AoE
boost of
Doom.
travel, Doom.
I guess
Got a lot
Glimpse
of
is the only thing that you
movement
really
speed,
block
but
at this
has Berserk
stage.
popped.
And
Just
possibly
pulled out
Abyssal
with
Blade
pressure as well.
or Scythe.
S4's back in this game too, despite
Yep.
pretty
15
horrible
deaths.
laning stage. Yeah.
Despite
Okay, he got given the blessing. I was
15
about,
deaths.
how is he ahead of Chuet in net worth? But he got given the blessing, so I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Without looking, where would you think this win probability is at this stage in the game?
Oh, Alliance favored 64 to 36.
Oh, I hate you so much.
It's actually
hate
that?
so
Holy crap.
It's 65, which that is close
That's
enough.
pretty close.
I mean, that's close enough. 65 for Alliance?
Tier 1 tower.
Really?
Like, they're down a lane of racks. If that wasn't the case, I would be like 50-50 or maybe a very slight edge to Secret. But I always said if they got to the late stage, this is Alliances for the taking.
All right. So you feel like this game is really theirs to lose now, even with Secret having firm control for first 30 minutes, maybe 35? You feel like now it's actually Alliance, this is their game to lose? All right.
Well, hold on. I think they got to try and
Okay,
stall it
okay.
out for another 3 minutes. They got to wait for those buybacks. Don't do anything stupid before it gets to that stage, because that's the way that Secret are going to be able to close out that game. They've been trying to do it for the past 25
Yeah,
minutes.
it's waiting for. I guess the fourth Roche will be the important Roche in this game.
Great high ground defenses off the back of Chuen, Hanskin, and Ponlo.
I think they're waiting for one more Roshi boy.
And, well, for Chuan, he's going to be going to the Revenant's Brooch. So you've got that upgrade now for the Witchblade.
Because the Alliance need the
Which really
buybacks.
Thought he might consider
And
Aeon.
yeah,
He
that's
trusts
it.
his own play,
Alliance
and
needs
I don't blame
buybacks.
him. 12, 3, and 13. So again, all eyes on him. Very, very impressive with his showing so far. They're going to be able to buy another gem. They did lose it prior with Hanskin going down, trying to get that D-ward by the secret shop. So at least they got a gem now to try and play with the vision, because it all comes down to initiation. Who has that vision advantage? Who gets the jump?
And right now, Alliance don't have any vision on the map. It's a pretty precarious position with, mid lane all the way pushed out. Top and bottom, they're in a decent spot, and bottom's going to continue to be so. But, to be fair, Secret don't exactly have the greatest amount either. It's really just the Treants providing any kind of information to the top side of the map. And they're just playing around the one safe space for them. But I think if this continues, Alliance are happy. Again, they're just waiting for buybacks. 2 more minutes. And that just so happens to coincide with when Roche is potentially respawning. I don't want to see Armel buy something, but what? Oh, he popped a BKB.
Does Armel... Armel needs to buy
Is there
equipped
a
ags?
consideration for a hex?
I would say just get ags.
BKB for BKB.
Why doesn't he have ags yet on Armel?
But they don't know it on Alliance that
Yeah.
the Ember popped it.
Was it not under the Aber meta? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay, maybe then. Yeah, I only saw it when you brought it up, so I didn't see the star. I'm not sure.
Hex is possible, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it would be pretty amazing onto Charlie, right? If you're able to burst him down. It's not like you're lacking in damage, but if you get that Hex in onto him before he's able to pop the BKB, then you get the break from the Nature's Prophet. There's going to be no way for him to use that borrowed time, and if Abaddon's not there, that's a huge portion of your damage gone on Alliance.
So, kind of the issue I have with this next fight, that more than likely next team fight is going to break out around the pit, is that Chrysalis now has double Wukongs to work with the refresher now. And unless Alliance start the fight with their ultimates, there is no way they can enter this area. So we could just...
What if he gets caught
You
first,
got to get
though?
rid of him. That's the thing. I mean, if you catch him, then you're all great.
Oh, buybacks are back up in 40 seconds for everyone.
Look at those fucking illusions
Watch
going
the
ham.
cover
Brrr.
for- actually, they're still going to need a little bit more money for Yamich and Schwen as well. He, with that Revenant's Broach buyout, is a little bit short. Very important to have it around the Roche pit, especially when you've got this outpost control. So
S4. BKB is back up here for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Mel gonna scout out Hanskin. Look at the Doom out. S4 looking to try and control the Tusk.
Oh, Chrysalis.
No. Crystallis goes down before he can activate anything.
Yamich's dead,
Yamich
gem
is
dropped.
gone as well. Alliance. Roche is now for the taking.
Ouch, baby.
Spawn though for them. Won't be able to get the prize. So what's the call now? You got to pivot a window.
what do you do? I mean, I think the MO for Alliance is pretty clear. Charlie just draws a big line down that mid lane. He wants to test if there's any sort of buybacks available. And, well, for Tusk, he's short on money. 400 gold lacking. They'll be able to get this outnumbered. Chuen as well has...
Charlie has a second Doom
so
available.
Join in with the rest of the boys if he wants to. And they're even looking to take away some of this base vision that they've got. I think even the strongest Alliance fans could have predicted a comeback from here. It's always going to be the case, though.
Why did he just shush him?
Strong late game lineup, great scaling, good synergy, and they've just been able to find the right target over and over again. So that's a second almost lane of Rex. Backdoor protection, stopping them for now. Give them the
That's
vision.
path for vision. Yeah.
They might just want
Roche
to
is
take
up
out
in
this top tier 2 and go to Roche.
They will have their full 5 men though for Secret to be able to contest this. But
What do
the
you do?
momentum is...
Charlie TP's all the way back to base. I guess.
Oh,
just wanting
Bondo
to
almost
out,
has
but
that.
has to be careful to
Octarine.
immediately make a move back out. He's
That
actually got
cooldown
Yasmin's
reduction.
blessing, it seems.
Okay.
Sure. Last time I
not-
saw that happen successfully was, I think, Tundra at Gamers
Aw.
Galaxy.
Man, you couldn't ask for a better rune probably for the Storm Spirit in this position as well. Just by the Roche Fire, he gets an Arcane.
And Secret know it's up, and they know it's not being taken right now, so they're just putting Boom onto the bottom side, push that one out, drop the Wrath of Nature, and then connect it.
S4's ready though. Long jump in. Chuan, of course, with the Arcane has plenty of mana to work with. They're going to try and suck him in the Snowball. They will be able to protect him for the moment, but the Static Storm doesn't provide them a whole lot. This could be an opening here for Secret, with the ultimates getting expended early on as S4 though. They don't get the
Ooh, S4 took a lot of damage there.
But they will retreat successfully with only losing Ponlo, but Boom.
Oh, the leash.
Aggressive TP into the middle. The Sprout leash is there onto the Storm. Chuen's in some trouble, and with the chain control coming afterwards, they'll find the Storm Spirit as well. The X Factor for Alliance will not be there now for this fight.
Okay, that's a pretty big one.
They had to use a Doom BKB on the Doom, but he's popped the refresher as well, so he's just going to have that Doom available.
Oh, Blink can't be used there.
Used for anything, though.
Oh no, S4.
But
Charlie jumps up.
He blinks up. Charlie wants the man type, but the Vortex sends him down.
4 buybacks on the side of Alliance.
Oh, that could have been disastrous if the Ember was able to get away with Charlie still locked up on the higher ground, but find the Ember. As a result, there were.
But Puppy with that ulti doing so much work. That damage is insane.
They might go for Boom inside the base.
From Earth Splitter.
They scan. They know no one's playing next to Boom.
No one's playing next to Boom. Oh, they might get a full wraparound though. Regardless, they're going to find potentially an outnumber. Puppy has been so on point with the scouting.
Puppy doesn't have a buyback. Ooh.
No vision. Puppy's still holding onto that Trickster's Cloak. Ballsy TP from Boom once again.
Chuan doesn't have much mana.
Doesn't. Popping a Clarity. 60 minutes though.
Oh, Chuan.
The greed.
He's got BKB. Okay. But that's...
Damage on
He's got Revenant's fucking brooch.
60-minute items, man. We got it. First game of the day.
There's no way. There's no... Wait, Daniel, this 3 day... This... Right? Oh, no, that was China, sorry. I was going to say China day 1 and day 2. Both our game 1 went 60 minutes. Now Western Europe for our first game's gone 60 minutes. Who the hell would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be here 60 minutes in with Alliance having 2 full sets of
Ex Machina.
And then the ones kind of in a better
Double
position.
BKB, baby.
Well, you know, according
Or
to
double A
Reddit,
on
it
disc
is
in the
greatest
case
reach
of
all time, so,
Puppy.
I'm sure everyone there was expecting it. I guess careful about going too far forward on S4 though. You bought back previously, my guy. On his
That's
own,
the big
too.
thing, right? Like Alliance had to use 4 buybacks, whereas Radiant, they only use Puppies and Armels. It's a hot commodity at this stage in the game. That's really the important thing. Charlie. Wait, Charlie.
He does have buyback available.
Yes, Giant's Ring.
Neither team wanting to go into that Roche.
Dude. He's got 523 movement speed passively. The fuck is that bullshit?
The macro pyre, and even just having to worry about... I mean, Puppy hit an amazing Earth Splitter in that last fight as well.
It's some neutrals. Get some T5s, please. Making not know what's going on. We got an Apex.
Giant's Ring. Oh, that's a big boy.
We got the Apex. I thought he handed it off to someone.
Charlie's got enough for the Moonshot now if he just wants to buy it out. He will still have the buyback as well.
I don't actually like the Apex.
Ponlo just going. He loves buying Shadow Amulet first, Ponlo. Like he's like, as a Glimmer Cape buyer, it's all about, you don't get the value from the cloak. It's just about the lack of information that you're giving away, just being under it. 0 cooldown when you use it on yourself. So, not just for grief and pubs.
They are split from Charlie. This could be a bit of an opportunity here for Secret. Charlie needs to connect to the team. Chuan, able to pop the smoke. He's actually looking to go in. They want to take Puppy out of the equation. He's going to be protected with the Antis for the moment, but S4, look at the Doom on the back line. He's caught up the Monkey King. He needs Charlie for the damage, and that's where the Abaddon's going to be able to
Chrysalis, they have no Force Staff to get Chrysalis out of there.
Team fight. They won't have S4 though in Alliance. How can they play this? Chuan off to the left side. The Vortex into the Static Storm. Boom's gone, but again, Secret. They've got the buyback advantage right now.
And these are diebacks.
Their losses, but can they do so? Charlie trying to stand strong, but as soon as the Wukong's command is lay it down, they'll be able to get the blink away. Attempts to TP up the chains, holds him down. Meanwhile, Armel has caught out the Storm's threat as well. A dieback when Charlie, he'll make him work for it. Ecrostomp will connect. Crystalis.
Dude, it's insane.
In the tree line. As Alliance,
Charlie, the only one with a buyback.
Secret. A big opportunity for them to close out this game.
What could Charlie do? He's the lone rider right now. No one with buyback remaining in this game. The one advantage is that
Well, Secret's back in the game. The odds were 6.5 or something for Secret.
From Roshan number 4. And then it's just all about running down those lanes. You can see Armel on way clearing Judy. Wants to be in a position to be able to secure this straight afterwards, but look at that. The Manta Illusion's just trying to stop the push.
Does Charlie have to base race this? You do have double glyph on Dire, but he can't sacrifice.
Well, right? Oh no, they don't have double glyph. Can you wait long enough?
Pop glyph straight away. Don't. Okay, there we go. Oh. Ooh.
He's got Giant Swing. He can get out of the sprout.
That's kind of stupid, but okay.
Oh, they got
5 seconds till the doom's up.
This useless item might do something.
Alright, they're gonna go for the GG. Charlie, what can you do? 1 against 5. The weight against. Looks like he'll be alright. 1 tier 4's down though. S4's up in 10. Another glyph's gonna be activated. All the weight on Charlie's shoulders.
They actually swapped out the Deso.
So as soon as this one expires, gives them a small window.
It's gonna fall fast, man. It's gonna fall fast. It's a pretty big tune, but it's not gonna matter. The
Oh, it's already Ancient's fallen, and Secret wins game 1.
Wild back and forth game 1, but in the end, man, Alliance made them work for it, but it did not matter. 64 minutes in, Secret will find a victory. Look at Puppy's face.
Like,
oh, God.
Got away with that one. And you saw the big smile on Armel's face as well. He's like, reminds me of home, just like my C pubs. These games where no one seems to be able to close it out. And, well, Secret, deserving winners at the end. At the end of the day, as it does in all late game situations, despite Alliance having all the tools to be able to take it out, it just takes one bad fight, a bunch of buybacks being expended, and then it's the diebacks that really sealed their fate, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's kind of the issue where you're taking the fight a little.
That was a good game.
Radiant side of the map.
It was very close.
Boom, who can
Alliance almost took the entire
and then
turnaround play.
As well, are going to be able to join as well with a rapid succession. It all just came down to the buybacks in the end. But man, for Alliance to get themselves back into this game where they looked well and truly out of it. I mean, you had no Doom for 25-30 minutes.
Okay.
Charlie was getting so much fun.
That was game number 1.
Like we said,
that was a fun game number 1.
All the plays, but
yeah, boy.
Man, it just wasn't enough. It's going to be a heartbreaking loss, especially.
Ask what we're gonna eat.
Probably should have won in the end.
They almost had it. They were so close. Even just little things like that snowball at the very end, giving Puppy that extra couple of seconds to force some attention onto him, forces the extra committal, and it was that, right? S4 just a little short on being able to catch the Monkey King before the BKB inside of the range of his Doom, and what we just see, it's divide and conquer. Take out the heroes one at a time, split them up, and force those buybacks to be expended.
I know it's a long way away, but a long time ago, I should say, but we've got to go back and also mention Yamich on the Tusk. I mean, that was a pivotal reason of why Crystalis was able to have the game that he did. I mean, the rotations that we saw from him, securing this bottom lane for the Monkey King, which put him in a position where Crystalis could solo kill S4 multiple times, and then rotating to play with Armel's Ember Spirit mid, who also, you know, kind of congratulations, first victory for him over in Western Europe. Of course, it was a difficult, hard-fought victory, but good to see that he's still. It doesn't matter what region he is, he's still able to perform on a very high level. And that's what he did in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they found the right targets at the end, but they ran out of gas. They didn't have the refresher for this one. Maybe that would have been the difference for Alliance. If they just waited for the refresher to be off cooldown again, they could make that dive. They could have the second round of spells for when these buybacks came, but they just didn't. They had no way to be able to fight into this, and then every single death is just one that you can't come back from. No buyback, no buyback, no buyback, and then unfortunately for Chuen, he was spent. He had run out of absolutely everything. About what 1 HP for 1 XP for being able to hit up onto the level 30. Who knows? Maybe that would have even been a difference as well. So Whew, what a way to start our day.
Crazy. Honestly, I don't think I could have asked for a better way to
Any
to start.
MVPs?
And I have absolutely no idea. I've got no idea. You got any suggestions?
I mean, even though they lost, I kind of feel Chuen still kind of kept it in this game for a long time.
Yeah.
But I guess Crystalis, right? His Wukogs
Sure.
were always on point. He was able to create a lot of space around those key objectives, whether it be, I think it was also third Roshan that they were able to do it with, also for the final base push as well. Just kept them away. No way for them to be able to fight into it.
So there we go. Crystalis, MVP, well-deserved MVP as well. I mean, give him his comfort. See what the man is able to do. We've seen time and time again how he's able to perform on the Monkey King. This guy can just completely take over games, and he didn't even go for the build which we didn't see like the Battle Fury Monkey to help kind of get those early items. He was getting active with that item build as fast as he could. So was a incredible showing for him. I'm so goddamn excited what we get from our second game, because with what we just had in store for us, I'm hoping for a repeat. That's it's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, that win probability went up and down more than Bitcoin's current value. It was just constantly fluctuating up, down, left, right, side to side, and who knows where it's going to be for game number 2. And I'm sure the players, they probably want a longer break than we're going to give them. So we'll get back into game number 2 pretty shortly, and I can't wait to see what kind of crazy shenanigans comes out next. So we'll go to a break real quickly, and we'll be back in not too much time. Get a drink of water. We'll need one. We'll see you soon.
I'm eating meringue right now.
I'm going to the storm. I'm gonna pocket Abaddon. I just kill this guy first.
Abaddon Radiance.
I might join you right now.
Yeah? We're going on him.
I might be fine.
100 mana storm. 100 mana storm.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Good. I'm gonna
Top
take
round,
Abaddon.
top round.
They're fucking quick with their stats. Have you watched the IX Feyenoord game? Both games are awesome. Yeah, I watched the IX Feyenoord game, and then Davy Klaassen got fucking lighter on his head. And after that, the game just turned into a boring piece of garbage, unfortunately. Time for Chelsea to... Dude, Chelsea should just hire their third coach so that they can fire him again this season. We got the sack manager power on. Let's see, are there any good football matches this weekend? That's a go ahead Eagles, yeah. Manchester Everton, okay. That's a pretty nice match. Something in Germany, maybe. Oh, Union Berlin versus Dortmund. That's a nice one. Freiburg Bayern again. Freiburg just eliminated Bayern from the DFB Pokal. And what spot is Chelsea in? 11th. With a negative goal stance. Huh. That's not so good. Arsenal's actually going to be the Premier League winner. Huh. Dude, Leicester is in the relegation zone? That is some fat sadness. Who's actually in the championship doing well? Burnley and Sheffield number 1 and 2. Okay. Good to know. If the 11th place can win the Champions League, opium. Good luck with that. Oh, Vincent Kompany is the coach there. At Burnley. Huh. How quick did he get his fucking coaching degree? Yeah, and he's up against Middlesbrough tonight, and that's Michael Carrick's team.
Oh, we could not
Two famous
have
coaches.
asked for a better game one. The debut of these two teams here in 2-2. Of course, new roster for Secret, looking very, very strong to start out. And I don't know, I'm just excited to see what the hell we have in store for next. I want us back in this game. I want the draft going. None of this. Man, that made me hype.
As it should.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
coach play when you
discourse
play in
as to
Belgium.
Who actually deserved the MVP, but honestly, it was such a cluster across the board.
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows would be the best one, but he certainly impressed in his first showing as well. Chuen, both mid-laners.
Honestly, I lost
really
track of
showing
him.
why there's a lot of untapped talent that
you know,
someone like Puppy
after-
would look to nurture.
what-
So this
Did you do anything
really
after Manchester City?
dispelled a lot of the hesitations that I had about Secret, at least in terms of like their ability to collaborate together as a team. It seems like they're all kind of on the same page. It's probably a little more stressful than Puppy is hoping for, but it's still going to give them some confidence, especially being able to close out a nail biter like that one moving forward.
Yeah, and I think it's a funny comparison. Like, I brought up Puppy's face, you brought up Armel's face, just to see the two, like, compare their reactions at the end of the game. Armel's like,
Yeah,
and then Armel's,
Man's got
happy
one of
to
the
be
best
where he is, and-
hairstyles in the entire DPC, I gotta say.
Armel?
Oh yeah, little foofy on the top, love it.
A foofy?
I don't know. What would you call it?
I don't know if I would say foofy, but yeah, sure. I mean, Genuel probably has to take the cake,
True.
right? The mullet
Respect to the
god.
mullet god.
Respect to the mullet god. All right, we're into our second draft, and it looks like, what do we got? Alliance are going to be playing on the Radiant side, Secret on the Die. Secret, they do have first pick overall as well, Secret. Some interesting bands.
Naga
Dragon
and
the
DK
Naga
ban
Siren, and
first
Alliance are going
phase.
to ban out two supports.
Kind of wondering what they're thinking with this.
Brood
style,
Mama,
right? Like,
let's
is it something
go!
where-
Or another MP.
What do they even want to go into with this?
Brood Mama, let's go!
Just
Or
a
NP.
single target, I guess. I mean, sure, makes a lot of sense, I guess. Just that instant lockdown. Ooh, okay. Earthshaker coming through from Alliance. Well, Team Secret are going to take this. No, I'm kidding. But I think you got to be very careful with how you position your lanes with this, right? Because it's not like you're a disruptor. So the fact that Alliance have banned this is kind of even more reason towards going for the Brood. That kinetic field, that glimpse isn't going to lock you into place. Fisher might be able to land it, but you probably won't have that chain stun to enable you to just lock on to that Brood. This doesn't feel like the lane has been strongly counted, to me at least.
Okay. Yeah, because often we see like CM +1. Like a lot of people are liking the Crystal Maiden to lean into the Brood with what you're able to do. And there's a
CM
game that's
disruptor
okay.
and high physical damage on a core, like a Monkey King.
Sure.
Feels really nice. Oh.
Hey. All right. So Danog and I just casted we just had a Xantic Pugna last day of Western Europe to actually close it out. That was a 24th pick Pugna, and he bodied. That was a incredible mid Pugna performance. This time, it's going to be picked up in the 8th. So I think we've got a couple interesting things here already for Secret. One, the Broodmother for Boom. It's something that, like, Poppy's been giving homework, saying, like, come on, like, you're moving over to the 3, you got to practice this hero. So, one, how good is he going to look on the Broodmother again, being in not his primary role? And then now the Pugna, a hero that we have not seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah, it's Yamich that likes to play it on their team, so I'm interested to see, like, there's not a ton of, like, obvious synergy between this, right? Like, a Pugna and the Broodmother, the Decrepify, at least until you're level 6 on the Brood, actually just stops Brood from doing any sort of damage. Maybe the slow doesn't really help at all. I'm not sure about this. I wonder where they're looking to go for, but clearly, this is what happens when you bring in people from all these different regions. They bring their crazy ideas, and I'm keen to see where Alliance looking to go with this. I mean, it gives them more tempo as well, right? Just that pushing potential with the Nether Blast. So maybe Secret are like, look, we were close to being able to close out that previous game in 25, 30 minutes. Let's make it a certainty, especially against a Shaker.
And I wonder if they're even still protecting the flex of the Pugna with the AM ban. Like, sure, I can address the Pugna 4, but maybe if the Pugna has a little bit more priority, then you're just in case you
Armel Pugna mid wouldn't be too surprising.
Definitely the aim isn't the greatest.
I don't really think of Pugna when I think Armel, though.
Yeah, same. But I'm trying to think of the AM ban. Like, again, we've seen a couple of games recently where Anti-Mage can actually play pretty well into the Broodmother lane, especially if you rush the Vanguard. So maybe they're pretty cautious about that, and you're leaning to the Pugna as well, if that's going to be the case. So maybe it's just solely that instead of, like you said, it's not really an Armel hero.
I like that Alliance has banned the Rubik as well, just with picking up the Shaker. Ponlo's been very vocal on Twitter about the fact that when you steal the Fisher, you get the Aftershock for your other spells as well. I think there's a few clips of Thompson going around there. You don't even need the Shard, by the way, to be able to get that benefit from the Aftershock. So we'll see what they look to do to counter it.
Primal ban?
Maybe it might just be something where you look to try and catch.
I thought maybe they'd go Primal themselves.
The thing is, with this Shaker, I really don't see the value of it being this, like, Blink Dagger 5-man Echo Slam style. I want to see them build it
What's up, Tony?
where you just get the Aghanim Shard first, and then it allows you to be a much more consistent.
Even though you
presence, and
already
a lot of these
talked,
early fights
well,
that you know
sent
Secret
an
are gonna
emote
wanna
previously,
take, I
now
don't
you're
think you can
suddenly
afford
looking
to
really
just
good
let
after
Shaker out of the
relegation.
lane for a couple of minutes.
I don't know.
I still have to
Weird
go back.
shit.
How concerned
Pinnacle?
are we that they
I
haven't
don't know.
addressed this Broodmother? Because now we're seeing Secret, like, you've got free bans pretty much. You probably were heading into it not expecting the Brood to be protected as much as what it is. You see Anti-Mage again banned out, now Slark's even banned out as well. They can potentially ban a third core that lanes very well into it.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, to be honest. And it's not like they've got this, CM Pudge combination.
Dude,
as
CM
well. They
Pudge
can look to run with it. I don't think the bans on
lost
Alliance suggest
so
that's
many
what they're
games
gonna
against
do, but,
Broodmother, it's insane.
it would mean that the Snapfire is being played as like a position 3. Haven't really seen Boom do that all that much. Armel never really had a ton of success when he played. Chuen never had a ton of success when he played the Snap in the mid lane.
I wonder if the Bloodseeker was...
Like, I saw
the
so
ban
many
was a bit of a
teams pick
signal
up
that
the
maybe Alliance were
Crystal
leaning
Maiden
into
plus
the
Pudge
Pedro.
combo to
It
counter
was
out
also
the
one of
Broodmother,
Chrysalis' best
and
heroes,
Brood just
so,
right-clicks them into
potentially just
oblivion.
banning out for that regard, maybe protecting something else. But if they were thinking about the Pugna, maybe banning it out where the Clockwork was could have been better.
Okay, I
I
mean,
mean, Jakiro.
it's a way to stop a lot of the push for sure. and
Jakir,
maybe
they have a
that's going
lot
to
of AoE magic damage
Again,
on
like,
Alliance.
Are they thinking of something like a life stealer here? Just something that's not really going to care about being offensively decrepified to stop you from last hitting? I feel like life stealer allows you to chase down somewhat, but again, you can't really do any damage onto heroes because they're just going to get decrept themselves. So
Yeah, it's a terrible idea to go
thinking what
for a
Alliance is
life
gonna go
stealer
for
on
here.
the side of Alliance.
you know, Charlie loves his melee.
Even
heroes.
against Brood, like,
Just trying to think.
what the
of
fuck
ones
are
that
you gonna
won't
do
get
against Brood?
Bodied by this Pugner.
You can't catch up to him, you can't control him. Brood's just gonna
PL
scurry you
either.
out.
A little bit too slow.
Laning
Just
stage,
thinking
Brood's
of
also
things that
really
are
strong
able to
because of the
purge
life
off
steal.
Decrep. Naga Siren, of course, Mirror Image, banned, Slark, banned. With the Dark Pact, so what else have they really got?
Mirana, okay.
Don't hate that. Keep some layer of flex for it. Might be considering picking up. the
And another
position.
Armel
Yeah,
Ember.
Never mind, just run it back. Played a pretty good game, Armel. So we'll see if you
BA,
can do it
shout
again.
out, lads. Good evening.
Enjoy
Good
playing
evening,
against
Vincent.
these Relatively immobile
Jean?
heroes, all three of them on Alliance. Honestly, I'm a little not
PA?
surprised, but I think even
I
at
think
that run,
PA,
we've gotten
well,
some
not
really
against
value this
Pugna.
game for
On
Secret.
team, if they, nah, I think
So,
if they pick up
so
PA
they had a
on
response to
Team
it.
Secret, it's too squishy. I think they need something a
Dragon
little
Knight
bit
is
more
there for
tanky because they're
Alliance,
up against a
because
lot of
that's
match.
where they wanna go
Like
to.
they could go Life Stealer
sorry,
themselves. Life
Secret.
Stealer's actually pretty good for Team Secret here.
So,
Kunkka?
what are the counters? Okay.
Kunkka, Pango's not there. Husker, Death Prophet.
Ooh.
I wouldn't hate a Death Prophet. Although there isn't anyone that really wants to like get in on top of you, you know? So that Spirit Siphon isn't going to get a lot of value. Ember's like, you know, zipping around. Pugner's hitting you from afar, especially once he gets that Aether Lens. Mirana. I mean, Mirana, Ember, what a combination.
Tiny
I
decent
don't hate the timing.
guns. They have so much AoE
Yeah,
magic
the-
damage
a lot
on
of good
Alliance.
stuns that you've got. Holds the
And
Brute Mother into
control.
place for quite some time.
Avalanche,
And
Ice
it's
Path,
some physical damage
Fissure.
later on as well to
Cookie
even
Stun.
clear out the Spiderlings if you absolutely need to.
And the mid matchup can go kind of back and forth, right? Like Tiny has this advantage in regards to your right click damage over the Ember, but you don't have a whole lot of armor to stand your ground against the Slight once Ember's able to find some levels and maybe that Blight Zone as well. So have seen this matchup go kind of either way.
What are they looking to get rid of for Charlie now? I would assume it's still going to be some sort of melee. Like, you need some sort of way to be able to find kill threat in this lane because
Yeah, Froakie.
I think a stun is really where they need to be prioritizing. I know that they don't exactly have any lack of it, but just get on top of that Pugner. Yes, he's kind of speedy, but you've already got a slow with a Chikiro and a potential stun with the Ice Path. You just need to have something else to be able to convert onto that.
I hate Froakie.
You reckon Alliance get rid of Chrysalis's monkey as well with the last?
Damn it.
It's a possibility, but again,
Stupid
like
frog.
you're going up against a Snapfire that's probably position 3, right? So doesn't feel as devastating to go up against that, and you've got a lot of stuns to be able to control, so it means that you really do need that BKB before you're able to do anything.
Did
This
Secret
isn't
get
some melee
BKB?
plus 3 that they're just gonna
What
be
can
able to
Alliance
use and
do? Wait
completely
until
pull down.
BKB's over and then kill them.
Polno's got some good roaming potential though on the Shaker. Avatos combo into the Fissure, into a right click, and then a tree throw. Can
Yeah.
probably look to kill this Ember Spirit.
There's another game I'm a little bit concerned though. If like Armel does have a really good time, he could prove to be a bit of an issue for the supports.
Oh yeah.
Urshak and Chikiro do not like having heroes up in your face, and I mean, nor does a core Snapfire as well, for that matter. So I mean, we've seen. what
I'm
Armel's
really
able to do,
liking
so
Team Secret to
gonna
pick
have
up
to
Life
once again
Stealer
put a
here.
lot of emphasis on trying to shut down and
It's
make
banned.
more
I'm
rotations,
blind.
secure
I'm
the
stupid.
runes.
Other
Secret will,
choices that are
update
still
your runes also,
available.
so another
Safe
trickier
lane Team
matchup for
Secret.
Brute, you won't have to worry about.
Monkey?
Wonder if they're considering
Nah, I
using
think
this
Monkey
Swift
gets
this
fucked
lane.
by all
I
that
know
magic
doesn't
damage. It's a
feel
terrible choice. Don't
amazing,
listen
but
to
if
me.
you're gonna get hit by the Nether Blast, you can just time walk it off. You can look to make an aggressive move with the time dilation, onto the Pugner, and you've got a couple of ways to be able to hit inside of the Chronosphere.
Troll?
Catch these
Nah,
mobile heroes as well, and they do end up getting rid of that Monkey King.
I don't think Monkey King would have been that problematic to deal with this game.
I need to
Can you not even just go back? Can you not even just go back for the Abaddon for Charlie if you want to?
Actually, Team Secret could
It's
get
looking
Abaddon
like another
themselves.
Pretty good game. The control from Secret's very lacking. It's chains into arrow. So if you're able to purge it off, gives you a lot of defensive toolkit for
I would like
enemies
to see
and
Team
should have
Secret pick
pretty
it.
good time, I imagine, versus the Brood.
No,
So I
Super
do
Brood
know
is
that
either
Chrysalis does not like
worried
Radiance.
about being broken and not being able to get off that borrowed time. Again, the question is it too slow? You've already got a Shaker to play
What's up,
with.
Felix?
Snapfire, if she gets dived on, that's a lot of net
Yeah,
worth.
Abaddon
They're
themselves.
actually
So he's
doing
actually going for
themselves.
Radiance Hero.
Okay.
Chrysalis.
I mean, we
Oh no,
know that-
actually, Shad doesn't like Radiance.
Some
Chrysalis
of
likes
the heroes can
Radiance.
buy with this
I'm an
Ember,
idiot.
Mirana, Pugna trio. It's really just going to be about, all right, secure that that bottom tower. For
Let's finish The
Brood
Last of
first,
Us Part 1.
Use that to open up the
Hey,
map
was it
to be able to
was it
farm,
nice?
create space for Crystallis to be able to get into that Radiance super early on, so that then he can look to get that next item and join in the team fights.
Okay,
like this.
TB.
Terrorblade into any kind of like mass push is always going to feel really solid, especially against anyone that wants to build into the Radiance.
It is a charity classic,
yeah, that's
though.
the big thing. The Radiance, and then you've got the Curse of Avernus as well. I don't mind it. It is still, it is a bit slow, and at the moment, Terrorblade always feels like he needs one more item. Just that next item, one more item until we're strong enough. But
I mean, once he has
Charlie
Scotty,
thrives on
fuck
the
him.
hero, so we'll see. It's a big late game win condition. Definitely should be able to beat the Abaddon if you're able to get to that stage. It's just a concern, can you get there? That is really the big thing.
And it's really just going to be dependent on Yamich's position, right? I feel like you can get a lot of harass in onto this Terrorblade in the lane just with the Nether Blast, so it's about being able to stay far away, that you're not going to get slowed up by both the Reflection and the Dual Breath by the Jakiro, and really just try and hinder his game so that he doesn't have that strong of a response to when you're trying to ball up and just go.
Well, let's see what we have in store for us. I'm a little bit concerned the fact that the Brood I don't think has been addressed enough, considering it was first pick overall. We'll
But
see.
Who's gonna win?
Does a
May-
decent job. That's
Secret.
basically it, right? That's the thing that's locking
Okay.
it into place right now. My concern is that Tiny on his own might not have the damage. I don't think a Fisher follow-up is going to be enough. I don't think an Ice Path plus Dual Breath is going to be enough. If it is going to be this Broodmother that builds into, like, you know, a pipe and that sort of thing.
No, I'm just doing this series. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm doing this series. I did one cast this morning
When we put in our tips
of
for this second
Boom
game, I know
versus,
game
or
one was,
this
back
a
and
couple of
forth,
hours
very, very
ago.
close,
I did
but
2
we
maps
feel
of
Alliance
actually
have what it
solo
takes to
casting, and
send
I
us
am
to a
drained
third game.
mentally and
You know me,
physically.
I'm a fan of fast Dota and
Also, I need to shave
hate Earthshake,
because my
so I'm
beard's
gonna
starting
keep
to
it
become
secret.
itchy. Actually, where's my beard?
Damn, you
Oil.
really- even your boy Ponlo. Even your boy Ponlo
My
is not
son,
on the list.
He doesn't
Yeah, I
get
was
it.
casting
He doesn't
Boom
need to
versus
get
Ursula.
Oh
on the list.
no. Oh no, Ponlo, don't worry. It's okay, I believe in you.
Do you? Are you going to predict Alliance? That's what I thought.
hang on. Now, come on. Maybe I believe in Ponlo. Maybe it's just everyone else. That's
Uh-huh.
a question mark for me.
Oh, so you think that they're all garbage? After Chuen's performance, you're going to say you're just nothing.
It's
Should
the
get
classic
myself-
gaslighting for me. I don't
where's
know.
There's no
my
gaslighting.
beard?
You said it. You said maybe it's all the others, all right? Yeah, what is happening, Ponlo? I agree.
Is that him saying it as well? I couldn't really hear. Who's
Doesn't even know Ponlo's
saying?
voice, not a true fan.
I couldn't hear. Come
I
on
don't
now.
think it
what
wasn't
are
his
you-
voice.
Oh, look at the
Shut the
disgusting
hell up.
Boom spider skin.
Alright, let's see what we got in store. So
Doesn't
yeah,
that
there's
spider
a
have
lot
6
of
legs?
me on how Boom is
Oh no,
going
it's
to be able
8.
to
I was
fend
already
Broodmother.
confused.
Level 6 Dota Pod, so a little bit of it. Probably level 2 has been my big concern. I mean, that is also when Brood gets a bit of a spike when supports are caught out of position. But a Metamorphosis first usage potentially with the dual breath. If he is in a tricky spot, there might be a kill that can go on to.
Yeah,
so
sorry,
really, for me,
Felix.
bottom
It
lane
is
has
the
been all about who gets
nasty
to
spider
first.
skin.
And just with his top lane, I quite like the Mirana pick because you're going up against a couple of stuns, right? More importantly, the Fisher. So you're just going to be able to use that leap to be able to get over the top of it, and you can really be that annoying space creator style that you need for the Abaddon, who's much more of that passive style, you know? And even if you land the stuns, right? Orthotic shield, snap it off. Puppy's ready to brawl. Not too many times you see 2 sets of tangos bought by people to be able to start the game. Most of the time they look to emphasize the stats, but he knows his role this game.
Yep. And he should have a bit of an advantage level on considering Ponlo with that fissure as well. Even though the Earthshaker's honestly got some pretty decent base stats for starting armor. So against the right clicks, it's going to be okay, but so they did get a pretty much full free first wave thanks to the placement of the creeps, but now it's going to be back over towards Secret side.
Secret side.
Might miss out on this range creep though, a little unfortunate. Again, level 2 is just as important on this top side.
Bottom lane, boom. There we go. There's Charlie's first meta. Should result in a... Oh no. Yamich's able to run away, and Boom's okay as well.
330 base movement speed, among the fastest in the game, so it's one of the things that you really just got to take into consideration when you're going for these kill attempts. I was expecting them to go for it at level 2 when you had that ice path and the well, they had the reflection available, but clearly not enough.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Poppers.
Now that timing's going to bounce back into Secret's favor once they're able to regen back up, with the meta being on cooldown, so they should be able to continue to put a little bit of pressure on. Meanwhile, of course, mid lane, these 2 players were some the big reasons why
We got
that game went the
60
distance.
minutes,
Yeah, without a doubt. So Chuan is having a really good time, 12-4 compared to the 6-2 early on. Tiny, he's going to be great again with this damage advantage over the Ember. But once we're
Not too bad on the laning stage, though. Chrysalis is getting a lot of free time thanks to Puppy.
But we'll take some levels.
Even with the Blightstone, it's kind of like, you know, like Tiny has enough HP that he just doesn't really care about it. You know, he's got a 4 strength gain per level that he gains, and you know you're going to gain levels quick in this mid lane. So I think he's just going to look to use the right click advantage that you get just from being a Tiny with that tree grab, and he'll do just fine against Dunmill. Puppy's been doing a great job on this top side. Crystallis basically uncontested up here. Even trying to go for some pulls. Polo obviously not going to let it happen. Doesn't want
That's a nice stack.
a really easy place for the Abaddon to get that early farm, and you know, once he's level 6, as long as you haven't lost that tower, Puppy's freed up to be able to make some of these rotations happen. With
Team Punk guy.
with
I love you
Ember Spirit and
too.
the Pugna.
Hi. Just watching, relaxing some Alliance vs Secret.
I know it was a core Pugna, but Decrep plus Starstorm just
Yeah, it
obliterated
was.
anyone on the map.
Yeah, that actually was. Hold on, Charlie? No, he's alright. Just able to get out of range of the blast.
Didn't even level D grab level
A
1.
little bit of damage on, but
I
nothing
level
too
2,
crazy.
sorry.
Looks like there's no real big winners and no real big losers as well off the start of the lanes. Everyone has to be pretty happy.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Are fortified.
Overall,
no.
again, the happier ones. I mean, if Crystallis was having a harder time, I would say Alliance are the ones happier with the outcome of this, but he's farming. He's getting his levels. He's allowing Puppy to make these rotations away and potentially even, I don't think he'll get a solo kill. He's going to have to bat against the Fairy Fire and the Magic Stick.
Chrysalis is having a
Decent
pretty
chunk of damage onto
decent
Pomelo
lane.
nonetheless, so
Of course, he needs to farm up a Radiance and shit, so he needs a lot of farm.
Does look like we're going to see the Arcane Rush out of S4. Seen a couple of the triple braces. Hanskin almost giving up first blood. He's going to be fine though. Yeah, we've seen a couple of the braces out of the Snapfire. He's just wanting to help spam, and maybe this might enable Ponlo just to rush the
I believe in
Blink with
Chrysalis
having
carrying
someone else
this
with the
though.
Arcanes.
Zero faith
Oh,
from
just
that
really
bastard.
prioritize making sure S4 once again
I believe in Chrysalis.
any of these levels to be able to
Abaddon Gaming, let's
up their
go.
net worth, because you're a Snapfire. It's not really about the right clicks. It's about making sure you got that Scatter Blast and Fire Snap. So they actually
Damn,
put
Charlie
2 or
takes a
3
lot of
creeps
damage
underneath
from
the
Boom.
tower on Secret just to make sure that S4 got nothing out of that pull that Puppy was able to get off.
The attack animation for Broodmother is also pretty freaking good. Oh, Yamich is dead.
Yamich might have a first blood down bottom. Charlie's got another round of the Metamorphosis.
Hanskin's
Like that'll be the case.
Uh,
Will not be able to continue to run past and close the distance onto the tier.
What are
So
they
next
called?
time, We'll get something out of
Moon
Metal. This is
shards?
Pretty much full couple of waves
No.
now for the Terror Blade as well. But we are getting close towards that first power.
Refuse
return.
raindrops, that's it.
Is there a side that we feel like is a little bit
Couldn't think of the
stronger
word.
to help secure these in regards to the supports?
Procaster, by the way.
Just because of how the laning stage has gone, I probably wouldn't say Alliance is one, just because most of the time you want Ponlo to be the one making that rotation. He just doesn't
Might
have
be
the
dead.
capability to do it though. Nice cookie.
It takes 1,000 years to auto
Able to get
attack
off that
once.
creep though.
What made you think he can kill Jakiro?
Think he would land it? You think he's Legolas?
He did. I don't think he
is.
expected the Jakiro to have infused raindrops. Because the damage that comes out of Pugna is pretty nice.
Dude, that was kind of cool.
That damage right there that you just saw.
I would not hate to be.
Talk about me and my enjoyment of anime, and then you break out.
Oh yeah, Meech not again.
Mid lane, they might be able to get a kill here. Ooh, I was thinking maybe with the arcane rune, they might have had the reduced mana cost to be able to get that kill onto Armel. He's level 6 though, so he's going to be able to get back to base fast enough. Puppy even giving him a clarity just so he has that extra little bit.
Yeah, but the action we saw mid, there was also a death on Yarmich down
What's a
bottom.
decent timing for Abbott to go online? After Radiance or
That's a
need?
big reason why he went down and
Probably after
Charlie
Radiance,
gave
the
him a tip
Manta,
as
then
well,
he's
so
kind of
it's gonna
online.
make Boom solid
Honestly,
for him if
personally, I would say after 3
okay,
items,
what you want the
Radiance,
especially
Manta,
when the full
Blink.
creep wave is under his tower,
But
so
once he has Radiance, he can
Radiance
already
grabs some
pressure
experience.
the
Top lane
TB at least.
Crystallis, though, have been some trouble with abilities currently on cooldown. Cookie up in a couple of seconds. Let's see if they're going to be able to find the angle for it, though. Ponlo gets the connection, but the Euphonic Shield is mitigating vast majority of the damage. Still does have the fissure up shortly, but I don't know if Ponlo's got the damage to go through the Abaddon.
I like that decision by Puppy a lot, you know, just putting a lot more pressure onto S4 so that he feels a lot more pressured and isn't able to assist with damage that would have been needed to secure Crystallis. So just little micro decisions like that, really what sets him apart. Ooh.
An interesting little engagement.
Plenty of regen coming, gives it straight over to Crystallis.
Rip Courier.
Has the Bassi as well, so he's going to be able to stay in this lane, keep spamming out that Aphotic Shield.
They got the S4 hit 6 before Crystallis. Yeah, they're going to make a play. Puppy, though, the point blank arrow beautifully done again. You just saying his praises, and once again, it's deserved. Leaped on forward. Reliant used a great aggressive glyph to stop Crystallis from trying to get his 6. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough.
And now he's got it. So much more survival in this lane. He's still going to hold on to the point for now. Puppy really just wants to wait for that Bassi ring aura plus the clarity to give him enough to be able to
Bottom
land
tier
the
1
arrow
tower has been
plus
secured.
the Starstorm, but not
For
gonna
Team
hit either.
Secret.
Does get the siege creep though, so again, just
But
even
all
if it doesn't
cores
get
are
back
really
onto a
close
hero,
in
the
terms
Lance
of
will
net
slow the
worth.
game down. Puppy gets a pull off. He's been playing amazingly so far this game.
Did see an attempt mid lane on Armel's life, but with the ward they were able to scout out Hanskin, so had enough time to react with the Remnant. It does reveal that there was a ward there, so instantly Lions pinged it out and got rid of it. And we also see, of course, Boom, once he was able to hit that level 6, he found the T1 tower bottom lane straight away, so this is all now Brood's home. So good luck looking to come down bottom. And do we even feel like Alliance have a person that can kind of play on this side of the map against the Brood Mother?
It's got to be Chuen, right? But it doesn't really feel like he's going to have the capability to do it until he gets lucky with a Tumblr's toy from the neutrals.
Guess
or
Nisha is really the
that
X factor for Secret, huh?
queued up once that first.
No, because he's not in Secret anymore. But yes, Nisha was a fucking god.
Mid lane looks like they might be able to get a kill onto Hanskin here. Deep dive though.
Armel can... Well, it is. Slide up in a couple of seconds, and it'll be enough to secure the kill. So, Mel is going to finally hit the board for the lads on Secret. Top lane, Crystallis is in a lot of trouble. Ultimate's already been expended, and they're going to secure the kill. So, I was just going to sing the praises of Puppy and dropping that defensive ward by their outpost to scout up the tiny.
Oh, and Crystallis is now going to start building up the Radiance. That's going to take a while.
They'll get the big kill into the Abaddon.
Did they see him? I'm not sure if they did or not.
They
but-
did,
okay,
yes. Yes,
cool.
they did.
So maybe just in a little bit too deep in that creep wave, I guess. At least they're able to get some sort of response. We could see Yamich with those 2 points of the Nether Blast. He's just getting more and more damage chipping into this tower. Oh, they've
Oh,
actually
yeah,
seen the
Meech
Pugna.
gets surprised.
Hey?
That's a nice one.
Plus 205 gold for S4. Power's taken so much damage though. Armel's done a great job, and also Pugna nearby. And
Importantly, it was Chuen that got the kill on the top side as well, so he's going to have a lot of that extra gold. Again, he needs to be the one responding to this Broodmother. Boom is just taking complete control over the bottom side of the map. He is going at least into the hood. I'd really like him to finish the full-on pipe, though. So much magic damage that they've got on Alliance, and even if you're getting full... Oh, Armel. Oh, dodges out. Dodges out too.
refill as well for his troubles.
So even if he's
And
getting
we-
like chain stunned on Boom, as long as you've got the pipe, you've got 30% passive magic resist without even just popping the active. So I feel like that's a really big difference maker.
I mean, they're pretty much all magical besides the Terrorblade, and until
Well, they
Chuen,
got
there
some
was
nice
Sail as
stacks
well,
going.
so-
TB confirmed them,
which
but
is still
S4
great
can
line.
also
You've got
try
a
and
lot of
farm them.
damage.
It seems he's gonna
There's
yoink
also
him.
already with the Abaddon.
Tell
So,
Yamich
that would
is
be
tempted
perfect.
to go for this. He really wants to just get one more Nether Blast off. He's just waiting to see where this Tiny is. Doesn't want to extend himself too far forward, and that macro pyre might even reveal a little bit of what Chuen's looking to do. It looks like he's trying to take a bit of a stack here to get into that Blink Dagger ASAP.
Oh yeah, I need to watch the new anime that are coming out. As
down here on the bottom side of the map, and yeah, after he's got the Soul Ring coming out to him, he's straight into the pipe. Really
the
like
one
this.
with, I can't think of the name.
Radiant's middle
There we
tower
go.
has fallen.
Finally, it's gonna go
The
down.
Black
Like,
Clover
what can we make out of
look-alike.
kind of
Is
the
it
current
already
build
out?
setup for Alliance? We see
My
both
one-hit kill
defensive
sister. What
walls.
the fuck is
It
that?
seems like it's blocking Secret off from entering inside their own.
The
their own
legendary
map.
hero
This
is dead.
what are
That one
Alliance trying to
I
do
saw
with
the
this?
trailer. Looks fun. Dark Stone New World's out. Cool.
Kill trio here with
Radiant's bottom tower
Yamich, Armel, and Poppy, and they're the ones that are playing around each other most of all. You know, Crystallis is up here on the top side of the map. Boom is as far away as possible on the bottom. And well, Crystallis at least has the borrowed time available, but they're going to go for a smoke onto him with that freshly picked up Blink Dagger, but he's rotating back close enough towards the jungle that you're going to have multiple avenues for TPs
Armel.
to actually find Armel.
It's the first stun, but they're gonna have the damage with Ice Path layered down. There's
Yeah,
really no escape.
Just a
Beautifully
little bit
done
too
from
far away
Alliance.
to help.
A tricky kill for them to find. They've had multiple attempts so far to get rid of the Ember
That
Spirit,
new
but
Isekai,
finally
when I
now,
said it quite trashy, is
it's
quite
they're gonna be
good.
able to
You mean
catch
the
him.
one
Should
that
open up
I
the tier 1 top as well. Charlie's already nearby.
linked? The one
He's
with
starting to get damage into the tower, so
the
first one for
unparalleled
Alliance.
power in both worlds or whatever.
Avoids the borrowed time being popped.
The
though.
titles are really stupidly
Gets
fucking long.
About half of that creep camp.
Yeah, I mean the first episode looked nice. I like the visuals. The fat kid gets bullied.
Ponlo down on the bottom side.
It is a harem
Just a couple of
anime,
points of
so
experience. He is going
always
into
fun.
the Aghanim shot first, which I really like. But I mean, look at what Yamich is able
The
to
first
do. He's
episode
got
at least
the,
made me excited to watch
attention
more.
Up on the top side of the map, and he's slowly plinking away at that tower. Might end up costing him his life though, but again, you know that Chuen made this TP rotation down, so
Because it has the dynamic of going into two worlds. And I read a couple of mangas about that, but I haven't seen any animes that really had, you know, back and forth between worlds.
Tiny showing across the map. And then with the Earthshaker as well for the counter initiation means that there is no one playing behind S4. So it's going to be a slow chase down, but in the end, Crystallis will be rewarded.
just wondering if
A
he's
worthwhile
gonna,
death, honest.
yeah, I'm wondering if Puppy can afford to go into, like, it's not exactly a Mirana item, but I wouldn't hate a Glimmer Cape this game. I guess the 4 stuff is still
Okay.
really good value though, right? To get out of the macro pyre if you're being chain stunned in it, to get over an Earthshaker combination, and poor Pugna.
Armel? Oh, Brood Mama.
Got the double damage.
Boom
rewarded.
Mama.
Ace
There's an
Path
echo.
Snags it in his face.
Farming echo, it's fine.
I mean, early game, you're okay with it be as luxurious as you want with the echo. Just drop it, get a little bit of gold. 1100, you see.
We saw,
Hopefully by the 15-minute mark, he's gonna have the Ag shard gold pretty shortly. So
we saw LeBron use his freezing field to farm on his CM, so you know, get
yes,
the money when you can.
yeah, it's never easy to be able to find a perfect echo slam early on. You see one opportunity just to put it on cooldown, get some value out of it. Always happy to do so. So it's chilling, but. Is there any big winners right now? Like, this game's pretty even. We've got a play coming out shortly from Alliance. It would be a big kill on Boom if they're able to.
Boom
find
is
it. Might
just
be the
straight
case.
up running forward.
It's already been activated. Chuen is going to miss a little bit of the combo, but the pipe just got delivered. Doesn't look like it's going to matter. Boom, still the boys are coming, but S4 is going to be able to blow him up.
Not sure what he's doing there. Really.
Chuen, ooh, pretty they can definitely penalize this. Change from far to try and set up for the arrow, but the cookie to reposition. It's too late. Chuen, he went on their high ground as well. So it's be okay for the moment, Armel, considering about relenting forward, but
Can't said about the animation, but for story, I think
Steps
my
far on
home
the
hero
side,
would
like,
be
you get this
good.
Pipe timing, you got double value out of being able to use the hood and the pipe active, but
Yeah, there's some shit I need to watch from the last couple of days that came out.
with the pipe doesn't affect the rest of the boys, and they can't continue on forward. Pondo, he knows he's not going up against any sort of stun, so he's going to be able to get out and claim that Aghanim Shard for himself.
It's
So
gonna be fun.
expect him to get a whole lot more active, particularly around Chuen on his tiny.
I want to see the anime where the guy
Do
gets
we feel
can't
like
use
Secret
magic and goes to a magic school. That one.
Went again? Jesus, it's a lot of damage.
Oh,
And now it's Boom in trouble. Charlie's nearby with a DD and Meta. You got taking this fight on to see the ward. They scout this. They're gonna back off instantly. They might not be able to mount the defense to keep this tower alive.
Not into the double damage. I don't think they're feeling confident enough to be able to do that.
Another jump. Combo onto
Beep
the
boop,
two.
son.
Well,
Beep
here comes
boop.
back Yami to another kill. Will go the way of Alliance. Big timing for them. Maybe even Armel as well might be in trouble the first stun. Can they get any more?
what do you do for a living? I am a caster.
Links up surely for
I-
Oh, he's gonna guess
That
wrong.
that's literally my job. Currently, I'm also a university
Doesn't really
student,
feel
so.
like they can mount
But
it.
I'm also a caster.
Yep, so does it. Boom wants to keep the
I'm
pressure
actually going to be
on
casting
side
the
as well.
Dream League
Doesn't
tournament
quite have
starting
what
Sunday.
he's up. Actually going to look to make a bit of a beeline for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I know that if he was top, he probably would have taken that wave that's right next to the tower. So they guessed right, but he's just able to sidestep in time.
See Boom mid. Almost got the Echo Slam as well for the chain control if he wants to use it.
Echo.
Julian's nearby. There's the Echo
Ooh.
into the follow-up. Not a whole
Guess
lot
this
of
comes
damage at
out.
the moment. Boom, he's able to mitigate it thanks to the pipe.
Guesses
now
do
Secret.
nothing.
They've got time to show up to the team fight. Yamich
It's alive.
trying to hold down the Tiny, but it's not enough damage at the moment. Maybe Chrysalis can look to get into the middle. In fact,
They actually.
this
How
other
old are
Mel
you?
will
I'm
finish him
28.
below, so Alliance commit
So yeah,
heavily
I'm
to get rid of Boom,
reasonably
but,
old,
he's back up to
especially
full
for
health.
uni.
Mm-hmm. There's the value of actually playing with the boys with the pipe as well, right? They are able to survive throughout that a little bit. Probably couldn't have asked for too much of a better positioning for that Echo Slam. They were on top of the Fisher as well, so even though Pondo wasn't right next to them, they got that chain stun together. But, just without dropping the macro, wasn't enough to be able to secure the kill.
S4 would be a
Some
nice
more
kill.
heroes, though, and S4 got the greaves up in a couple of seconds.
Little boom.
Could help repair some of the damage.
Really,
Importantly,
really
Chuen is
old
back
man.
alive.
Fuck you, Grandpa.
So the Nether
My entire chat's filled with old people. Ooh, that's a nice toss back.
What's back? Oh,
3,
beautiful
2,
toss.
1.
Even under the tower as well.
4-0 time
Does
just in the
come
nick of
back up.
time.
Let's see if they're gonna have the damage now. Pomlo's in some trouble. They're gonna be cautious though. Even Charlie
Yeah,
wants to
no.
get into the middle of it all.
Oh,
He goes
Yami's
meta,
trying
it's
to
not gonna
keep his
matter.
buddy
Ice
alive, but
Pump
they're both gonna
on
just
to
die.
turn Polo off the back of the buyback as well will hold them into place. But Armel's got a pretty free fight now with all the stuns on cooldown, but Chuen, he's still got them up and available, jumping on top. Armel zip over the left side. Can they find him? Armel just escapes.
That was all about Puppy, I believe, right? Like, he used a TP quite a while ago, so he was just looking to get a bit of farm for himself up on the top side. I think they realize how important it is to be having a little bit of this combo breaker. Alliance have it, of course, with their...
Well, did
snap
buy
up
back
with
in
Cookie,
that fight, but
forced up
Charlie's top
a lot
net
of
worth.
value. Unfortunate that they weren't able to take
Charlie's got
power,
some good
but
farm.
Puppy just gets into that next item. He's actually gone the drums instead, so maybe they're feeling like, considering they expended the Echo Slam, it was quite a while ago, though, so... Well, must have a different read on it.
That was also that kind of first Radiance fight as well for Crystalis, and it always feels very awkward when it doesn't go your way.
I mean, it's the second one. The
Not
first one
somebody,
was towards
kind of
mid, that one
crucial,
went his way.
importantly, that 15 Talon and Manta, but still, it's this looming threat of late game Terrorblade.
Mm-hmm. Specifically against you, you know,
Yes.
Radiance Buyers, Luna, and actually Abaddon, who is both, is probably the ones that least want to be playing up against that TV.
We have a really good ward to play with. Picking up Puppy for the moment. Able to see some of the other members. They even have a cliff ward as well. Let's see if Secret's going to be able to de-ward it before Radiant come on down. This could be a incredible position to take a fight, but Puppy is always
They
aware.
can't fight into this. They've got a haste rune on Armel. He's got a DD bottled as well.
Ooh.
He's just a little bit short on his BKB as well. Once he picks that up, that's really going to enable the game to break wide open for him.
As far as falling behind in
Stop him
farm,
from just going to
which
absolute
is
town.
pretty scary.
He's going to, of course, look to play perhaps a little bit more aggressively. I'm sure he'll ask Boom as well, just to send some spiderlings for a bit of information for him to be able to play around. As long as he's not getting caught by that Avatos combo. really doesn't feel like he can die once he's got that BKB available. Okay, so Yamich, he's going into a 4-star himself. I like it.
Boom
I'm
so
gonna need to
far as an
see
offlaner
that
has been
give shot
pretty
Pugner.
solid in the
Against
match
Terrorblade.
that I've seen from him.
Good way to be able to clear all those TB illusions.
That is true.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got a little bit of gold for himself here, Yamich. He's able to get towards those further support items as well. And again, nothing, no real big winners. I suppose probably Charlie, honestly, still with him being top in the net worth. Scarlet is going to be a huge timing for him. Do you feel like Secret need to kind of force the issue before Charlie gets his item?
That was how I felt previously, but clearly they've got a bit of a different read on it. I feel like the call from Puppy is, look, let's just try and be a little bit greedier. Get into our BKB, get into the 4-stars, because late game, when this TB is going to be noticeably scary, we've got a Pugner to be able to deal with it. You know, you're only going to have to deal with the real TB, not all of the illusions. So maybe they're feeling like this complete menace isn't going to be quite as risky to go up into.
Oh yeah, of course, because
So close
Pugner
to
can
being
get
able to
shard
use
and
those
then
4-stars
Spirit
that
Siphon
maybe
all
even
the
guiding
illusions.
moves on Boom. So I feel like maybe that's the time where they feel strong enough.
Although, might be dead as a result of the smoke. Yamich and Puppy in combination together should be able to find a pretty easy kill onto the Earthshaker. It's going to make him work for it. No way, Pomlo. Oh, what? I think it was it the Radiance or Miscoil? Regardless,
Miscoil.
they're able to get him in the end. Now they see Chuen and S4 underneath the Observer Ward, so Secret, they're instantly going to look to try and make a play across the map. Alliance cautious. Mel is able to find the chains. Fucking purged up, but Chuen, he doesn't have this capability with the Tiny. He's in some trouble, but beautifully done. S4 with the communication. Chuen's able to just get that cookie up, but it will not matter because they're continuing on to chase him down. Chuen should be an easy kill for them.
Well, they just slowly but surely whittle him down. That was a very weird kill.
So it's a bit of an opening now for Secret.
And into the pit they go!
They've got the drums of endurance, so they can look to really quickly pummel that one down. Of course, the Curse of Avernus does help as well, and with that secondary life, I really wouldn't be surprised if they just gave this one through to Armel, just to continue him, to allow him to make plays. He's going to be able to play off the back of the BKB. They might just give it to Crystallis as well, but they really want to contest this as well?
Oh, ages for Crystallis?
I maybe was just looking for the Roche kill.
But
I'm not sure.
I feel like that's pretty important with Secret hitting all these big timings. That Mortimer's Kisses for the damage.
So one thing I just remembered as well with this Terrorblade matchup with the Radiance build is we're gonna have to keep tabs on kind of the Abaddon Manta style. Of course, that is a way to dispel the reflection. So we'll have to see how Crystallis is looking to use.
He's got new baits doing great.
Could be huge. It was a big reason why they wanted to go.
Are they playing right now?
Route, but he is on.
Oh, they're up against Fnatic.
Level 15.
Oh, we're at best of threes already.
That was probably the first point of contact.
Holy shit, there's some really good best of threes already.
You can so we've got multiple spells in a line. They want nothing to do with the Abaddon, but as a result, Pomlo, he's going to be cut off on his retreat. So the Earthshaker's in trouble, but meanwhile, a separate fight is breaking out as well over by the secret shop. Charlie, what a duel against Crystallis, but I mean, with the position they're in, Alliance,
that's kind of nice. Best of threes are always way better than best of ones.
Yeah, and they're just a couple of items ahead.
Best of ones are kind of ass.
Like you've only got a Greaves to play around with. That's more reactionary than proactive, you know? You're not able to get that pipe off to allow you to go in, and they were just way too split. Ponlo with a decent position inside of the Roche pit, considering there's no real reason for anyone to secret to go there, but Broodmother, luckily enough, was just able to
I should play more Pugna as well. The shard against illusion-based heroes is pretty nutty.
It's pretty decent for him too. He's holding onto the Ring of the Vizier, so gonna have that extra cast range.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still really want to see that shard though.
Oh, that's four.
He's silenced. Guarding Greaves used.
Try and get rid of the silence. Find some time to get the cookie on over the top. It's a pretty nice ice path that can set up the Pomlo's combo. But there's just going to be no turning it around on Alliance. Another member will go down, and they are just getting so much out of the Aegis, and they still have 2 minutes 30 of it left on Crystallis. So this map is going to continue to shrink.
Yep, they're probably going to lose both tier 2 towers as well with no Snapfire for the additional damage, for the auras. They're just going to continue sieging this one in. Crystalis to top. You can't afford to glyph it because if you lose another team fight,
I mean, they have really good team fights on Alliance. Problem is,
They see Charlie and they're going to go.
Tabaran kind of has 3 lives. What's happening? Secret's winning.
Tier 1 at least, but feels like a consolation prize.
Stream is muted for you? Wait, what?
They know where he is. I'll be starting to ping him out.
Don't know if they care.
Doesn't
Might
look
just
like it.
continue to put this pressure onto these other lanes. Oh, Yamich is actually making that rotation back, and he's going into the Aether lens next. So just dropping down wards just to be able to catch him out next time. He looks to go for that sort of play.
Why the fuck is it muted all of a sudden?
Of course, seeing the TB illusion there does reveal that information, and well, luckily enough, he's able to secure the courier with that illusion.
Alright, they're gonna try and force the issue. Like a great toss back into Charlie's meta damage. Boom should go down before there's a response. Alliance, can they get anything more out of this though?
Seems there's some issue going on. I don't know what, why, how, where, when, but okay.
Really, that feels to me like they have to completely disengage. Still old Xuen. Picking out the heroes that are missing right now, and for good reason. Pon, though, they will know that he hasn't had any item progression for the next little bit, and that's because he's closing in on that Blink Dagger. Getting this D-Ward is certainly going to help. Actually gives him enough gold straight away. No matter. I feel like you're feeling pretty confident in just getting away with one death. Like you said,
I'm just gonna chill.
had a lot of duration left on that Aegis. Only 20 seconds left.
Goodbye,
in the game,
chat.
but no meta to fight into. I feel like you're incredibly confident just to continue to group up forward. And yeah, Boom, he's not going to shove out any sort of side lanes. He's just going to connect with the